hop on into it.
Let's go, baby.
It's NA versus Europe, or possibly China versus Europe, whatever you want, whichever one you're from, and depending on how good the team is. You know, you're Chinese, Newbie, you're doing bad, NA lol.
That's true.
You know, you're
Yeah.
NA, Newbie's doing good, NA Dota, woo! You know?
Amazing, amazing. No, and you know what's funny about that? Yesterday you made the joke. You're like, "Oh, the Chinese team Newbie," and I was like, "Nah, dude, they're North American." Like, it didn't pick up for a second that yeah, you were actually just making that joke.
Well, I try.
The other thing is that this, in case you guys couldn't tell, is the chat wheel stream where we'll be having Russian casters,
Yes.
Chinese casters, or just some of our buddies, the English casters. Because guess what? We didn't have a chat wheel, and they're going to be joining us as well for the stream.
That's
the
not going to
cast.
help the situation, I don't think.
That's fair enough.
Yes, this was the most jovial of the lobbies. Maybe it's because it's the morning or something, but the players, they were just joking back and forth, having a grand old time, very sportsmanlike. They're enjoying themselves. The game 2 lobby, always much quieter.
Mm.
That's usually how it goes. I'll give you guys updated after this first match. But if you're just tuning in and you're like, "What is this? I haven't watched any of this tournament." We have 2-game series. It's a group stage, so we separate all the teams into 2 groups. You play a bunch of 2-game series versus all the other teams. You get a bunch of points, and then we're gonna do stuff to you depending on how many points you got.
Hopefully you get a bunch of points.
You want a lot of points.
You
More
need
points,
a lot
good.
of 'em.
This is not golf.
Now, the flip side to that, though, is that there's also a lot of points that get got early on that might not matter as much by the end of it. The team that's on top right now might not necessarily be on top in the next couple of days, depending upon what teams they've played. If they're playing against the bad teams, obviously you start to rack those up. Play against some of the better teams, it's not the end of the world. Now, these are 2 teams to me that I feel like are going to be sleepers. These are the proverbial dark horses, if you will.
They're classic, like high aspirations, but everyone else kind of has low expectations in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're expecting middle of the pack, basically. But you got to be that team that's not middle of the pack. You got to go big, right? OG, they were ranked dead last. This guy's won TI. After that, you can do anything. So we'll see. Gyrocopter, tons of Gyrocopter. Will he be paired with the Elder Titan once again? Because I feel like every time I watch Gyrocopter win, it's with Elder Titan.
That's true. And he owns super hard. Magical damage amplification, also taking away that base armor. Now, the other thing that you got to be thinking about a little bit right now for Newbie is this Ancient Apparition. Alchemist is a potential.
I thought you were going to say IO. But I guess,
yeah.
with the IO, it's kind of the same thing with the AA, right?
That's true. MSS does love IO. I was thinking about the AA mainly, the worry of the Alchemist getting taken. But they're going to go the Chen because the Chen was let through. And this has been a hero that's been a menace. You just talk about how much bonus regen you can get.
Yep.
And then on top of that as well, being able to pull people around the map. It's scary.
It's a classic Pilot Eye hero, too. He has been spamming it a lot in pubs leading up to TI. Just like
Please,
most of
God.
his games.
Ban the Earthshaker. Just get it away.
But yeah, this was the go-to in terms of back in the IO Gyro, Morphling was the hardcore answer where you just pick Morph, and it's even better now because the IO's not there, so the Gyro's not quite as strong, and you still get all the benefits as Morphling. Morphling, you don't care if there's an IO, you still get Flat Cannon. So this counter is fabulous.
I like the idea a lot. Now, the flip side to that, too, is that if Newbie are thinking about going back for the IO, both the Chen and the IO, very easy to pop from Morphling just jumping on him, and there's not a whole heck of a lot of control. So it feels like it's, in that way, even a better Morphling game. How do you deal with Morph nowadays? Like, Ancient Apparition
Everyone
obviously
just
is a nice
bans
answer.
OD,
Yeah.
and then AA gets banned in the first phase, and that's just kind of it. Like, you have to buy Spirit Vessel. That's the big thing, right? And then aside from that, it's pretty much just you're trying to lock him down. He's kind of like any other elusive hero. If you can get the Spirit Vessel onto him, it's always very good so that the Morph Strength won't be effective for keeping him alive. And then stunning out of Fog is also still pretty good. Not quite as important as when the guy had split push illusions.
Right.
But even now in his current state, you just don't want him to morph, ideally.
Well, and the thing that I'm thinking about, too, is some of that has to be finding the morph via vision. So, like, maybe TA traps around or like a Beastmaster Hawk or something like that. But again, like those heroes don't necessarily fit in with the context either. Like if TA jumps on Morphlane, you're not going to be really able to burst him with physical damage because either he's got high HP or he's got high armor, one or the other.
Yeah.
Tough stuff.
Yeah, he's really annoying to play against. It's like he's super good or something.
I think
Strange.
that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe you should get rid of him.
Now, you already pointed out, but let's bring it up again here, that Earthshaker. Because you guys have probably seen it with the Morphling and the Earthshaker. Morphling can just go like one-item Aghanims And it's not even just that because the the Dark Willow's still in. The Taiga Dark Willow. He's been playing that a ton, and that's also very good with a Morphling Egg. So they're kind of boned.
Yeah.
Here. This is an issue.
Pick your poison, and it's literal poison. Now, the one thing that I will say, with Gyrocopter Chen, that lineup comes together. Yeah, and they're going to ban out the tree. I like this decision because it's a timing window that Alliance want to hit. And now Newbee is saying, all right, we're going to try and end the game before it comes online. Whoa!
That's not Dark Willow, and that's not Earthshaker. It's a Tusk. So it's a very good save versus the call down. It's a pretty good save versus the Axe Call as well, right? You just blink in after. You can save everyone from all that follow-up damage. Very aggressive hero. Can go for ganks in the lane versus Gyro fairly easily, but you don't know what their mid hero is, which is a benefit for Newbee because that's one of the things that Tusk always likes to punish.
Yeah, it's sort of like you talked about the good ability to jump on somebody and all, but also against this Morphling, you need something first.
Is this the secret strat?
What?
Is this the Agnim's Walrus Kick?
Ooh. All right, why not? Kick
now
him
they
out
just
of
pick
here.
Bloodseeker.
I like
You
it.
build Ags on Tusk and you just rupture double kick. Boom.
Dude, switch
Genius.
this out for like a PL, and this is literally TI7 or 8 all over again. It's the game. The
It's the game.
Seb game.
Seb.
Yeah. But I don't know. To me, this feels like it's maybe Alliance trying to match the early tempo that Newbee is bringing to him. Because it feels like this Newbee draft is like aggro. Get up there, start taking down buildings super quick.
It was Genespris, I believe, in the Southeast Asian qualifiers where they had the axe was cutting in the jungle, right? With the Chen. And then they basically just like cut. Oh, and they also did it with Naga too.
Yeah, with the Naga.
But basically you can either send the creep or send the Chen, and instead of it just being like axe all alone cutting these off lanes, you can have a little bit of assistance with you. It's gonna be really nice for turning the tables. But AA is super good against creep cutting. I actually think that AA and Bane are two of the best heroes when you're trying to play that style because AA's new changed chilling touch is just way better. It's just so much damage. Constant harass. It has really long range. And it's hard to deal with someone like Axe, so I'm curious how Newbee are going to make this work.
They do at least, if Chen is nearby, get the bonus regen off of the tangos and everything else working for Axe. So
That's true.
That's a way to make the sort of regen war more into your favor.
Rubik. So instant lift versus Morph is okay.
Yeah.
Not really great steals here, frankly.
Yeah, it's true. Snowball is nice if you can get it, but it's hard to get it. Yeah, most things from Tusk are actually pretty okay, I want to say.
It's like they're okay, but they're not great. Like
Yes.
they're not stunt. You know, they're not Fisher. They're not Ice Path.
They're not the best things you
They're
can
not Burrow Strike, so that's great.
Now you can
They
get
got
Burrow
that.
Strike. I think this is the idea of the Aghanims that they want to use it with.
Isn't that interesting that Boxy doesn't want his Shaker there?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about how they didn't take the Shaker as the 4, because that's how most teams do it. But Alliance are so used to playing that Boxy 4. So that must just show that Newbee were prepared for that in terms of like the lane. And if you think about Earthshaker, like he's an okay laner.
Right.
He tends to have to like block the wave and kind of hold it back and everything. But oftentimes you kind of get free from versus the Axe, but you can make that matchup happen. But then you have to lane it as a tri-lane versus the Gyro.
Well, an Axe is going to be creep cutting no matter what anyways. But yeah, like you said, it's the same type of situation where you would get free farm then on a Shaker.
That is interesting.
I think they could dive the Shaker more easily than they could dive the Sand King.
But like, let's say this ends up being a try-v-try. I think Alliance will be a little upset with that. Because Sand King wants to be contesting people, right?
Yes.
He doesn't want to be just like farming the hard camp and the lane. It's just like he wants to actually do stuff. Whereas like if he ends up just doing that and it could have been Shaker, that would be pretty disappointing. But
okay.
There's obviously going to be a good reason why they went for the Sand King. So
I mean,
see how Boxy
Morphling,
does.
the Aghanims combo there too is also quite good. You know.
Good call. Ban the Queen. Pick the Razor.
All right, so Newbee's draft, they have some really good team fight, it feels like. Sort of weirdish supports. Both of them have staffs. I don't know how I feel about that. And then last pick, what do they need?
Well, the Mirana and the Queen are banned. Because Mirana just gets banned now. And those are the go-to heroes in the mid lane to try and deal with the Link.
5 seconds remaining.
You could try something a little faster, like the Gyro mid, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a classic 1 there.
Okay.
So what do you got, CCNC? Okay, they will. So they will take the blink
Select your heroes.
of the AM.
But I think that means that it's going to be gyro mid and AM. Oh, no. Yeah, so gyro mid and then AM off lane. Or safe lane, rather. For
Not the
UR.
AM offlane?
Not the AM
Oh,
offlane.
okay, sorry.
I mean, they might try and swap it up and, like, you know.
I mean, it is Radiant side. They
Exactly.
could actually play it on the offlane. It's not that bad with the
Just you wait.
the way the lane
I'm
works.
going to look like a god. Now, I love the cosmetic here from UR as well. It's the see no evil, taste no evil anti-mage set.
And hear no evil. He's got no ears either.
He's just, I don't know how he plays Dota.
It's all by feel, you know?
Apparently.
I'm more about that snaking life.
Oof. Don't tempt me. Look at it.
Wow.
Yeah. But interesting start to this game as far as the drafts are concerned. In Anti-Mage, I haven't really felt amazing about this hero so far in this tournament. It's been a little bit hit or miss.
I feel like we get a lot of Morphling Animage games still, even though with all the changes to Morphling, with not needing mana to morph anymore, it's kind of it's odd. It used to be this like amazing counter where
Right.
you couldn't play Morphling versus the Animage, but now it still has a lot of benefits. But in this game, there's no good mana void target really. There's not like some giant mana pool that you can target,
Right.
which is a little disappointing. Even the mana burn itself isn't that crazy, but the lockdown is relatively weak. It's basically just Burrow Strike.
Now, one thing that's kind of interesting about this as we hop into the game, I think a lot of teams are taking the AM as like an answer to Sand King, where you have the counter spell against the Burrow Strike. It's quite nice. And also, there's a nice little interaction that goes in there where if you are able to counter spell the snowball, Anti-Mage hops inside the snowball himself, and he can actually pull people in to save his own team and then blink away. It's really weird, but kind of cool.
All right, let's play some Dota. That's my favorite. It encapsulates everything about Dota. Let's play some Dota. Everything else, you know,
my
this
God.
draft takes forever. Instantly at tipping UR, the Alliance.
Wow. Okay. Apparently
That's a
that's
strat.
what they like. I don't know if UR is super tiltable. I feel like he's been playing
He
super
is
well
not,
this
dude.
tournament.
The guy's been growing out his hair.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the bun going on now. He is zen. All right, you look at UR, I see zen. The guy's chill. He's just rocking the flip-flops everywhere, right? Everyone else has got their sick branded shoes and everything, hitting up the Gucci, and he's just like walking with the
guys.
people, you know?
I like it. He feels like a sort of, I don't know, the character of a yogi or something. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. UR. Ooh, Snake King gonna head up top. See if he can maybe sneak away this rune here. As Insania already just dropping the Alliance on the faces. Man, there's gonna be so much chat wheel spam.
What? So, in terms of playing Tusk, though, one of the best supports to have with you is the AA. That is one great thing here, because it's really easy to get cold feet when you have the ice shards. It's like simple, right?
Yeah.
You just throw the cold feet on them while the snowball's going. He stuns them. You ice shard them. It's basically impossible to get out of the range of the cold feet. And even if you do, it means you probably had to run right into the enemy tower.
Right.
So it's a problem.
No, definitely. Well, and even early on here, like taking a look at tag team damage with the Chilling Touch, like this is a scary lane for Snake King. Could very easily be first blood here.
Well, I was wondering how they're going to try and make this work with like Pile I Die too, and like who's going to try and grab the creep wave, because that's what Taiga's doing, right? Because he's saying like, all right, someone has to be grabbing this creep wave for this axe, or like he has to be there.
Dude, they mind gamed him? Did they mind game him? No. Okay, Snake King is running around. I thought that they were going to try and mind game him.
Well, they kind of have. He has to run for the wave. He has no option.
Shards used early on. Not the biggest deal in the world as MSS shows up as well and trading a lot of hits with that Orb of Venom. Gotta be careful. Tusk is nothing to trifle with early on here.
It does show you though, like just those stats early on, like the additional armor on the axe versus that AA and everything.
Yeah.
Like, he had like the +2 from the tower for a little bit there as well. It's just some good stuff. Or, sorry, not the tower, it was the basket. That makes way more sense. I was wondering why I was trading so much better for a second.
Foxy, in the meantime, pulls the creep wave over to the side here. They are still doing the not cutting since they don't quite have level 2 yet on Snake King.
Yeah, he just came here to suicide,
All right.
essentially. He had to try and run the... Oh, nice!
Wow.
They've managed to get the kill first. Wow, Snake Ink gets saved by Yawar as they bring down Boxy first.
And Am is getting an Orb of Venom. Gonna have that brought out to himself.
Yeah, this was the carry play for a while, and everyone kind of stopped doing it after one of the more recent patches. Because it's just a lot of value to harass somebody. And you try and secure yourself a 1v1 essentially, and then still have an edge over your opponent, and then try and free up Pilot Eye a bit.
Pi does not have any detection right now. So need to be bringing some of that out. Looks like they do have some on the courier. There's a DD rune that's spawned up top. We haven't talked about the mid lane that much yet, but Quakefo will pick that one up, securing a nice start to this lane, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's got 320 movement speed though on CC&C, so it's hard to like fully punish. You can see he's getting like 50 out of the link, so nothing bad, but that's only like 4 seconds or so.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens real quick. Is MSS in trouble, or is Mickey in trouble? Taking a lot of damage. The lift, the walk away, and they turn now into tag instead. So looks like Mickey is fine. Can just sort of constantly abuse the bringing HP down low and then tangoing it up afterwards. It's the normal Morphling things. As Insane is going to get some punches underneath the tower, and Snake King finds himself another wave here.
It's pretty depressing watching CC&C try and last under tower with 25 damage.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot you can do when the guy's got 100 and is just denying.
CC&C is going to get the treatment in this laning stage, it feels like.
He just can't do anything.
It's like, get back here, the rocket barrage. He's very upset.
I wondered if earlier boots would be worth it, but he hasn't opted for them yet, so probably just focusing more on his jungle, right? Because boots don't help you there.
Oh, Snake King barely able to get outside of that cold feet. And looks like he should be able to live through this one. Salves up. Shards, though, breaking the salve should be enough to keep Snake King alive, although Insania does have another hit there from the Chilling Touch. And Mickey moving into position finds the kill. So the salve not saving him, and, well, kind of wasted.
Well, as expected, Axe is having problems.
Yeah.
Like, the AA is so good, the Tusk is very mobile, and can initiate from such a far distance that, I mean, I'm not surprised by this. So I'm very much wondering why Newbee feel like this is necessary. Especially because the Sand King was there, as too, right? Am I crazy?
The Sand King?
Yeah, because they went Axe and then Tusk and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the Rubik and then the Sand King. Yeah, it's just like a lot of teams would have just taken Sand King, I think, and tried to like play the lane more straight up rather than a lot of this pulling stuff. So they're more focused on, I guess, like the long-term initiation because it's also a Lincoln's Breaker, which is really good versus Morphling. Not Lincoln's Breaker, rather, but Lincoln's Ignorer with the call.
Right. Well, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, though.
The lane is definitely not the place that this is meant to be strong, as we can see Snake King get taken down yet again.
The shards is just like, it's over, dude. Like,
it's true.
You're not getting away from that. Oh, down bottom, though. Boxy out of mana, just getting walked on by Yawar.
And this works now. And the other thing, too, is that was a TP used. Does look like, as far as bounty runes go, should be...
Yeah. Look at this, though, is that with the Morphling, you've got... they have almost the exact same last hits, and you got 400 more gold on the Animage because of these kills.
Oh, that was sick.
It was First Blood, even though they're both 2-0.
They denied the bounty rune with the illusion of Boxy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. CC&C backing up.
Nice scan here from the Radiant, yeah, as they are going to try and protect CC&C here. Oh, they have abandoned the off lane.
Yeah.
Always a good sign.
Yeah, man, this is tough. This is really, really tough for Snake King here. He has 14 last hits, only level 3. Compare that to Boxy, who's basically in the same position.
Mid? They went for the dive.
Good scan.
All right. All MSS did was Fade Bolt, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even get like a telekinesis or anything off there. They were still able to turn that. So clearly, Alliance didn't quite have the right maneuver there.
Yeah.
That Gyros was able to put all that damage right back onto you.
Well, and that's the like type of rotation too that's kind of devastating, honestly.
Yeah, definitely, because you're supposed to be trying to take advantage of the fact that, guys, we have a safe laner who can just sit here and farm the wave.
Yeah.
We should just be able to go win another lane right now with our 2 support players.
And it doesn't happen. And not only does it not happen, but now CC&C is sort of back in the game. Like, still a level behind Quakefo.
Down bottom, Boxy's on the run.
Yeah, this is looking really rough. You know, we're talking about how rough of a time Axe is having, but look at how bad Boxy's doing right now.
Yeah.
0-3-0, level 3, and you know, he can head back to do some jungling, but
I
Snaking's
remember-
made this rotation.
I remember PVD once said on the panel, I think it was last TI when he was working on it, like after they were eliminated, and he said, whenever you're losing, like real bad, or like one of your players is just feeling off in their lanes, you just end the laning stage.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they've done, right? Snaking basically just quit laning at level 3. He's like, all right, I'm going to jungle a little bit. Let's push bottom, guys. Yo, let's go. I'm done. My lane's over.
And he's the type of guy, just as far as players go, that would say that and
Yeah,
be able
oh,
to
yeah.
rally the team around him
Yeah.
to do it. Very, very cool, yeah. But Yawar off to a really, really good start. This guy is buying his own dust. Carry players, pay attention here.
I mean, can we just confirm that isn't? Wow, that is amazing. It's crazy though, because like it costs 180 gold, but like kills give it
Right.
back to you. It's this wild concept that I know a lot of these carry players don't have a large enough brain to understand out here who are listening. Sorry, this is just a great big support guy. I apologize. Well, not really. I don't actually apologize.
That's good. Stick
Yeah.
to your guns.
Yeah.
MSS gets pulled in here now. The wraparound is coming, but it is all spotted out by this ward. And it looks like they were going to drop the sentry as well, just to see if there was, I don't know, somebody back there? Not really sure what that one was. But Morphling, the big X factor, 56 and 31. My word.
Snaking's just like, oh my god. Oh,
Is
yeah,
Tiger
why?
dead too?
What is this ganking anti-mage?
Dude, he is all over them. Look at this guy. Double kill.
They,
He's 5-0-0.
they took that tower, and then he just took their jungle. He's like, this is mine now. It definitely helps with the Chen, right? I mean, we haven't mentioned Pylai Die, but you're just like so free to do this stuff because of the Chen in a game like this.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And they are going to TP in one now. I mean, the thing that's crazy about this is all under
Oh,
wards.
back to Pylai Die, yeah.
They see that
okay.
he's here. Although they are bringing in one more now. Boxy moving into position, and he helps out with that kill as well.
Use the mud golem toss. Oh, he could have lasted. Oh, come on, Py.
Unfortunate. The other hero that's having a really great game so far is Koikva. So both Morphling and Koikva completely unimpeded in terms of the laning
Yeah,
stage.
you're looking at the last hits, buddy. Take a look at the net worth.
Yeah, that's the big difference.
Isn't that crazy?
It really is.
But Mickey, only 3-0-0. He's no slouch. Sure, you got all these kills. He's looking all flashy down there on the anti-mage. Morph is basically neck and neck with him. I would rather have equal farm on an AM, though, just because, especially at this point in the game with how ridiculously necessary the Battle Fury is on this hero.
Yeah. Well, and as much as we've seen the strength of Morphling, I think it's somewhat hampered in by the fact that they don't have that Earthshaker, which we've been talking about. Sand King is still quite good with the Aghanim's
Yes.
blessing that you get, but it's no Shaker.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if his build still is sort of this more standard style of the Manta Ags, like maybe Manta Lincoln's Ags this game, because he wants that Manta first. I don't think he's going to be rushing the eggs that early.
Yeah.
A little bit of a smoke here. They don't have the phase boots yet. I think it's coming on the courier, so it's a
CCNC
bit slow.
finds Koikva up on the high ground, and Sanya's there as well. They're just going to take the bounty rune and then back out afterwards, although there's a little bit of a stun.
Whew. Already. Things firing off.
Yeah. Oh, DD you are. He's getting super close to a Battle Fury here. Man, if he can get this like 12 minutes or so, there's a decent chance that he does. He could maybe just snowball this game.
Yeah, he's oh my god, he's jumping on him.
Oh my goodness, the DD.
He's on a man. He's got a mango.
But they also have ulti if he wants to use it. Chase down. Boxy getting the jump away. Yawar chasing, though. Finds the kill. Unstoppable.
I guess because if he mangoed and burrowed right away, like while the blink was on cooldown, maybe he would still get cut into there.
I mean, whatever the case is, Yawar is doing everything that he needs to right now.
Yeah, and that was all because of that ward, too, at the mouth of the lane. And that might be what they might have been pinging, but it's going away now, but he was able to just blink on the Boxy because of that.
I mean, again, an anti-mage, he's farming up this camp right here, doesn't finish the camp, and runs and finds a kill. Like,
Yeah.
at 11 minutes.
How does he see them? He's blinded, though.
He's got 6 of their 7 kills on the AM.
That's not standard? Is that not usual? Yeah, no, absolutely absurd game so far from this anti-mage.
Well,
Pilot Die, he's ready for some action, man. Double Centaur and a Mud Golem.
And that's the other thing that gets so scary about
Yo,
this
smoke
lineup.
into me, please. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs that mana, though.
It's true. They also do have the recall if they need to use it. One of the nice things that you can do. Although it is a ridiculously long cooldown. Now, 100 seconds.
It just keeps going up.
Yeah.
What was it at first?
I don't know.
Was that
it
like
was low.
20?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was like, yeah, it's just Coddle, guys. It's fine. It's like the same hero. Look at this army. He's got the
Dude.
double Mud Golems. He's got the Satyr.
The thing about this is, if anybody hasn't seen it all that often, it's a very long range on the Hurl Boulder.
It's quite. I mean, it's a lot of damage for early. It's 125. That's sick. That's
It's
better than most level
insane.
1 nukes.
And it doesn't cost any mana either. Like, that's part of the thing that's nuts about it.
Well, they don't last long enough to do it again,
That's
though.
true. No, they do. It's, they last a little while. Hurl Boulder, Hurl Boulder. Ah,
Boom. Look at that.
give him the business.
He's done. Too bad it's a Morphling with a Morbid Mask, so he has no cares about regen ever.
All right. Well, getting closer and closer to that timing. Battle Fury done, 12 minutes.
I wonder if Insania
For
took
Mr.
the
UR.
tome or not. Because he just got 6 farming mid at 13 minutes.
Ah.
I wonder if they might have given one of the tomes to Boxy instead. Oh, steal up top there. So MSS just dusted just so he could steal Boxy's Sandstorm. And then now
Ooh.
he's going to use that to push the lane.
All right, I like it. So keeping it all even.
Snake
Meanwhile,
King, though.
Snake King is in some trouble and won't be able to find anything in turn. Yeah, this Tusk kind of just destroys the axe, causing a lot of issues. So what are you sort of looking for as far as a game plan for Newbee? I mean, Alliance, it's pretty clear, get Morphling super farmed. Is there a timing push with UR, like around his items, or?
Yeah, I think he can probably just come fight with Manta. I don't think he's that threatened by Alliance. Only when they're like pushing towers and stuff, though. Like he
Right.
doesn't just want to be with them constantly. Whoa, that's
Whoa.
the Power Rangers coming in here.
Back away, back away. They cancel TPs. That is one thing. They have to kind of complete them because otherwise you're just kind of stuck with only a few heroes up here. This is a nice move by Newbee. So they didn't TP in everybody, and now
Yeah.
they don't have everybody for the fight.
I think Snake King might have got the cancel because his call's on CD down bottom.
Okay, okay. Moving in. Pylai die. He still has recall if he wants to use it. Mickey jumps in. He's going to heal back up afterwards, and Pylai die takes down Insania with all of his creeps. CCNC still in a little bit of trouble as Boxy finds him, has the epicenter afterwards. It looks like Mickey is going to go. No, CCNC tries to TP away. It's not going to happen, though. Adaptive Strike finds the kill, but meanwhile, back underneath the tower, they take down Tagya and going to clear out this creep wave as Pylai die pushes the tower.
Yeah, they don't chase after. Morph copied into the gyrocopter and then just sort of ran away.
Mhm.
But I guess Pie's just, all right, he's got this. Everyone else can ditch. He's going to handle this. All right, Pie, you got this. Oh, look at
Ooh.
that. Look at that. What a guy.
Well done. The power of Chen.
Mm-hmm.
And all it's time for Yor to continue farming, trying to build towards that Yasha.
I haven't heard a Divine Favor yet. Have
No.
you? He's playing some real classic Chen. I mean, I know Pilot Eye's pretty old school.
Right.
But, yeah, this is like some seriously Chen OG, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. He got the most wards placed.
Different type of OG.
Prediction correct.
Well done. So Bassi, Rubik, almost level 10 now. Mickey gonna run into him there. And getting those mana boots, things a little bit tough. They drop down the sentry and immediately gonna kill off MSS.
Yeah, I noticed he didn't buy out, though, on the... Oh, no, okay, now he buys it. Never mind. I thought he was going to switch to Blink instead.
Mid lane, jump forward, they find CCNC, and the Ice Blast going to connect onto him as well. Might be the kill. He's really low, but I don't think he's going to drop below the threshold. Only level 1 on that Ice Blast.
Oh,
And
blinking
like they'll
in
back
with just Ring and Phase Boots. Kind of scary for an Axe, but helps save CCNC.
Let's face boots. Nice done. Got caught by that Ice Blast. Might have been curtains. Oh my god. Oh my god. The triple stomp. Give him the business, Boxy. He didn't have the other one. Oh, he didn't have it microed. I think he tabbed through and it hit the Satyr instead. Oh, he didn't have the third stomp.
Is that what it was? Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but Whatever the case, not a third stomp. Almost kills off Boxy there, though. It does show the power of those centaurs, though.
Yeah, it's something that's been like kind of ignored. I mean, I guess the early game, a lot of these Chens play like this, and then once you get to the mid game, they tend to start grabbing all the magic resistance creeps instead.
Yeah.
Not, well, actually, it's a pretty damn good game for it.
Morphling is not going for the axe, like you're talking about. A little bit of a switch up here.
Yeah, I think it's just not that good this game.
Okay.
They certainly need the damage. They kind of have enough control with Tuscan the Sand King. I don't think you need another Sand King.
Yeah.
Plus, there's great enemies to copy, right? Like, he probably just wants Gyro every fight.
It's true.
Right? So.
Yeah. Well, particularly if he starts building into damage. That was something that we saw even in the other game with Earthshaker, that because of the high armor, teams weren't always able to like finish off with the big right clicks, because everybody starts getting a ton of armor, and it's less of a big deal, especially since you just have like Manta Ags. Now having an E-Blade on top of that. God, CCNC, again, going to be the person that gets run into. Can they bring him down this time? I think the answer, Hand of God, chase away. CCNC living. Mickey went in on that one. Now the snowball, the chase forward for more. Tagian not able to find a catch for the kill, but the taunt coming from Snaking, pulling them deeper into this battle. They're going into the sandstorm of MSS, but it looks like they are going to bring down that gyrocopter finally, as well as Snaking. They also spot MSS there. You are trying to find that backline. Insania is there, so going to be able to just right-click him down. So you are picking up a couple along the way.
Oh, he's he's going back for something here.
Oh, he's thinking about it, but he won't find him. They headed mid.
No, farm too important, he says.
No. So the final tally for that fight, big win for Alliance, as they take down both the gyro and the axe. Oh my God!
Oh yeah, he's looking for. He was looking to see if Boxy, I think, was coming back because he was really low. Next level play there. So this was really important. When he got the plasma off the start, it clipped Snaking. So he couldn't blink back in and try and save CCC with a very quick call at the start. And then he's just kind of zoned out here, right? Because he's next to Morphling. Morphling then has the copy on the gyro. So even though he gets taunted, the flat cannon was going the whole time.
Right.
So he still got some pretty good damage out there. And then everyone comes through with the cleanup, and obviously the Shrine not able to help them in this one.
Very well played there by Alliance to take that fight, and it shows the power of, just Morphling against the gyrocopter.
It shows just how safe you are playing this game, too, because he understands he also has a 7-0-0 streak. Like, depending on who he sets really bad. So he doesn't just, like, try and blink in with, like, I mean, how many of you guys would have blinked in with that AM and tried to mana void?
Would've.
Yeah, exactly. Because you see, like, 3 low heroes, and you're like, man, I can clean this up. But you don't really have all your tools yet.
Insania building towards that Rod of Atos. Can be a nice little follow-up if they can get the initial stun on Duar, but might be a little bit tough just because, again, the strength of that counterspell.
Yeah, that's a bit of a rough one. It's okay versus the gyro, too, though.
All right, where's the axe at? Snaking up on the high ground. Ready to go on to these guys. But it looks like Newbee not wanting to take this fight, going to give up the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Still buying more time as Pylai Dai pushes through the bottom lane with his creeps. And up top and in the jungle, you are clearing through this.
How many bounties are they about to get? Looks like Alliance are making that rotation for these two. They might only get one, though. I think Pi is going to get both. Oh, Pi's going to run to a Morphling, though.
Yeah, Pi is in some trouble. Although Mickey keeps his eyes on the prize. Not worth the kill. Go get the bounty run instead. And Boxy, Burrow strikes away. Again, CCNC in some trouble as they get the shards catch onto him, and he's just going to pop to this one.
Trying to fire him up some small.
Another kill.
Hey, you got quite a bit of those last hits, at least.
Yeah. Recalling the creeps after pulling the wave back. CCC has been the one that gets initiated on more often than not, but he's only had 3 deaths so far.
It's a hard game for the gyro because the AM's taking up all of his farm. Like going to these camps, it's not like there's going to be stacks for gyro,
It's true.
The Animage is a bit more important. So CCC is very much a like playmaking and space-making gyro sort of a deal where this got picked up really early in the draft to give them certain options throughout it. I got the Walrus Punch there for MSS.
Okay.
It's always a pretty good steal.
Has the Aether Lens already, and a good portion of the way towards his Blink Dagger. MSS is really kept up in farm. You can see he's on par with basically the offlaner. Snaking still trying to play catch up.
The biggest issue is damage, though. Across the rest of the lineup, aside from UR, they still are pretty low on it. And it's not going to change soon. It all comes down to MSS with a good steal.
Creeps moving in. Newbee looking to collapse, jumps onto Boxy, has not popped the Manta yet. Counterspell, walk away, still fine. Snowball, counterspells, okay, he's all good there inside of the Snowball, turning to fight a little bit more.
Another
the second round of the counterspell, and now the call onto 2. Big combination coming in with the Ice Blast. Mickey trying to do what he can. They still have the Mana Void if they want to use it. Alliance is in far too deep. Boxy is going to get caught down and killed off by MSS, and you are still smelling some blood, wanting to find a target. Insania gets caught by the Mana Void on the low ground, and they manage to take him out as well.
Dude, those counter spells are so frustrating to play against.
You know, I have been thinking if they manage to make an anti-mage work, this hero is going to start to look really broken. 1.2 duration on a 3-second cooldown.
Yeah, well, especially when he gets inside the Snowball for a little bit too, right? He lets cooldowns refresh, comes back out, they try and bro strike, and he's like, no, guys, it's very low. What are you trying to pull here?
Yeah, really well played. It's just such a hard hero to play against. One of the problems is that, you know, can have a tough time in the laning stage, but you are so far 7-0-3.
And again, that definitely comes back to the power of the Chen. I don't want that to be overlooked. Like, I know this AM's having this incredible game, but a lot of that is because Chen just gave him a super easy lane.
Yeah.
Right? Like, helped him take the tower, helped him push into that ancient area, get a couple more kills, dive deep, always have this backup, helped improve the value of all his regen items. There's so many things that the Chen does in these situations for you.
And now has the Vlad's completed as well. Can throw ice armor on folks.
We're going to smoke up again here on Alliance, looking for their big prize. Their forward vision, though, it's Donata, I believe.
Yeah, nothing doing. MSS, well, they drop down a ward, and that's going to give them the vision that they need. So they take him down.
Instantly pinged. It's like, yeah, they just warded and I died.
You can tell he's a little upset about it.
It's a frustrating experience for all players, of course.
So Alliance getting their feet back under them, and Mickey going to push down this top lane. You are still farming out the entire jungle, and now going to start cutting some creep waves, as Anti-Major want to do.
That was their wave clear anyway. And they have the gyro, he can just call down. They have the fade bolts. It's pretty good for, like, always something to think about when you have an anti-mage on your team for cutting the waves. So that courier, juicy.
Look at him. Mars just moving through.
Now, what are they going to do, right?
Yeah. We also saw there the Chen sending out his little satyrs to just blast the wave down a little bit. And Newbee is doing a really good job of avoiding them across the map. Just getting their farm on. Scotty done for both the Morphling at this point and the Anti-Mage. Veil Blink done on Boxy, and meanwhile you are blinks in. Needs to be a little bit careful. Gonna get chased down here. Blinks over to the side. Another round. Boxy looking for the chase down, but the counter spell is already out, and it's hard to find him. A lot of posturing early on as there was the smoke move to see if they could catch anybody as they were crossing the map.
It's so hard. You can see the rest of his allies, though. They're so clumped, right? Gyro, Axe, and Rubik in terms of the net worth.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a lot here.
Basically, wherever you are isn't. And he is moving quickly towards his next item. Blink done for Tusk, so that save is going to be coming that much easier. Boxy jumps forward, Burrow strike out. Are they going to be able to find this? Now, oh, dodge away, jump forward! The call, though, but the snowball to save! It was there in time. Taiga trying to make it work, but is it going to be enough? Yawar, the big old Mana Void, catches onto them as well. Mickey trying to run away. He does get the waveform forward, but Yawar on the hunt. All the mana gone from this gyro. Switched over Morph.
He's playing so safe on the Anti-Mage.
And he is not going to go for any more, so they just managed to get the kill onto the Sand King and the Tusk. But you can see, like you were talking about,
Dude,
that save.
They got a metronome or something in this room. Did you see this timing? Like that. Look at that double blinking with Snake King and Yor. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Exact same moment, but yeah, the Tusk counter is very good. Not enough though. When 'cause typically you want to make the saves against like the call as well as the call down, but he saved the call down. Saw it, and then it basically gave it a free setup for CC&C on that damage. So the Battle of Roche is won by Newbee, pushing them out of that area, and well, shockingly, they give it to the 7-0-5 Anti-Mage.
I mean, it can't be overstated right now how important it is that Yor does not die. Like, he's a big old pinata ready to be popped.
Yeah, well, and he's the lane pressure. He's the thing keeping Alliance on the back foot. And he's the reason this catapult's hitting the mid tower. You know, this guy goes down, and suddenly it's like, oh god. Everyone start panicking, run to the other side of the map, and try and creep cut like our anti-mage can.
Yeah.
They have a great ward on CCNC right now. You might see a movement in here from Alliance to try and catch him.
Well, a good taunt there after the Mantis. Snake King
Oh,
making a
do
little
you
bit
want
of
this
space, but
Alliance?
lifts up another snowball save. Are they going to make this work? UR chases forward, finds Tagya, turns onto him, and now going to switch over onto the Morphling. He's able to get out of there, though, afterwards. Ice Blast not really doing enough, but Snake King has already died, and it looks like MSS trying to buy a little bit of space, but it's not going to happen. Big win there for Alliance as they, again, able to take down a couple. But UR did manage to kill off that Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, Scare going through. Oh, they'll get one more pilot out in the mid lane. Gets found by Mickey, who still has the anti-mage copy.
So maneuverable.
And takes the waveform attacks targets this game, as he's not that Morph reliant for the cooldowns in terms of like the targets that he's taking. And he's gonna have a lot of damage on those waveforms.
Oh, Goikva. Looks like he's fine for now, but Goikva is going to be going back for the sheep stick and has it completed.
That was the greediest thing I've seen UR do this whole game. Is farm that ancient camp. Then he cuts through. Oh my god, this guy's a wizard. All right, well he killed his courier, but he got his basher at least.
Do they have the Hex? The turnaround, the counter spell, he's in some trouble. The Hex comes out. This is a big pickup for them if they can find the kill, and it is at least going to be one. Do they have enough for a second round, though?
They need a snowball target. Oh, the
Good
lift. MSS knew. Did you see that they had Mickey up on the camp trying to give a target for the snowball so that he couldn't counterspell? Oh, because he wanted to roll over him for the initial stun.
Right.
That was perfect by MSS. Identified exactly what they had to do to kill UR there.
The only one that would have been able to find that kill.
Yeah.
Or at least set up for finding the kill. So 30-minute mark coming up soon. 2,000 gold lead for Newbee, but it's hanging on the hair. Rather, hanging on a hair. And on you are, as top lane going to be pushed out yet again. CCNC just trying to find something for himself in this game.
Yeah,
It's been rough.
not a fun gyro game. And now he's building eggs, which is just kind of like, it's good damage, but you also love it for the farm acceleration. But once again, he's kind of in a case where, you know, I feel like he's walking from camp to camp. It's not so much an issue of how fast he kills a camp.
Right.
It's just like, oh, I found one.
And are the camps even there? Definitely. Basher. I think that is it a full Viscel Blade that's done somewhere else too, or
I don't
the
think
courier
so.
dead?
No, because he got the full basher.
Okay. Meanwhile, Nikkei gonna TP back.
Oh, you are trying to play here.
This guy's crazy. This guy's super crazy. Drains the mana and then backs away. How's Koikva's game going? This sheep stick does feel like it's a pretty important piece of their lineup.
Yeah, he did a great job of timing it too. Like waited till the last moment on the initial stun, didn't panic hex the anti-mage or anything.
Right.
30 minutes. Look like everyone kind of got caught off guard by that bounty. Oh, snaking.
Whoa.
Hops on in
blink
there,
back.
but yeah, the invis blink back and fade time.
CCNC gonna help his team pick up some bounty runes along the way. Does have the
Just like,
accolades.
oh, is this safe? I'll blink away.
Run. Yeah. 3,000 gold lead now for them. So we know what the newbie draft depends upon. For Alliance, what is it that they're looking to do now? Like, what's the sort of play that they need to play around? Is it just waiting for Roche to respawn again once the Aegis is back ready to go?
I feel like they have I don't know how to. They have a bit of an easier time if this game like continues.
Okay.
I think the anti-mage is more important to Newbie than the Morphling necessarily is for Alliance. They're both obviously the pinnacles of each lineup, and that's the big thing that everyone's playing towards. But it takes a lot more to kill the Morphling than it does the anti-mage, and then I think there's more like additional damage on the side of Alliance. Like you have this Ice Blast, which even if you're only level now 12, there you go,
Yeah.
it's still a ton of damage, and it still makes the fights very hard for you. So I feel like there's not that much pressure on Alliance. They just kind of sit back and try and make good answers to what Newbie attempt to rotate into.
Okay. And that is the Alliance way of playing Dota. Take it into the
Wait.
late game. Yeah.
Play safe.
They get the glyph off. Maybe a group up here for a smoke, it looks like, from all of Newbee. The exception of CCNT, who's already up on the high ground, but they know
I think these
that all of
calls
Alliance
are
is going to be here.
hard to follow up on.
Yeah.
No steal yet here for MSS.
They need to find Tagia
It's
off
also
in the
just,
woods.
it's not a great game for this Rubik, too.
Oh, they scan. They pop the BKB and the outplay there. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Nicely done.
Well played by Alliance.
Yeah. Now they have the Morph lane, or the Animage County, too, if they want to go.
They are keeping the top lane, or rather bottom lane, pushed out, though, and Tier 3 tower taking some damage.
Yeah, they're not going to ping it there from Uwar. He's like, ooh, guys, look at this. This is juicy. I'm going.
Send his illusions off to the top there. Looks like Boxy is going to be sent back to deal with it.
Alliance, Insania drew a line here. He drew an arrow, and he said Boxy home. So I'm not sure what they're thinking. It looks like they don't like it, though. They're just going to bail.
Okay.
It's all starting to move in towards the next rush now. We have a minute and a half left until the potential spawn. Then we'll have an Aegis and a Cheese. And Aegis on the Morphling or Aegis on the Animage could be game deciding here, because that next fight is just so hard for the team without the Aegis. They did a great job of getting the pick off previously with the Scythe reveal, but probably going to be a lot harder next time. As Uwar, what's he got flying out now? Anything?
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, Courier, empty.
I guess he had the BKB finished out, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. So that's down to the 9 seconds because their attempt on the morph. Oh, Koikfa
Koikfa.
very ahead of his team here.
Jump forward, Walrus Punch is there for the follow-up.
They'll take a freebie.
Up on the high ground, Snake King getting clipped, and the stun comes out. They're going to be able to focus down one, though. That's the Morphling almost dead, but he's able to get away inside that gyrocopter. They have the BKBs popped already. They're going to pull him in that much further forward. If Mickey switches back over into Morphling form, he's super low, though. Boxy already down low. The switch back over into the Strength form, and you are going ham on the back line. Mickey trying to back away, but the mana void is huge, and the follow-up is going to be there. Can they kill him off in time? Trying to TP away. Do they have it? No. No way to break it.
MSS has the one steal he needs, though, in the Burrow Strike.
Koikfa would love to be able to kill him, but more so than that, he wanted to get away. But
Oh!
it's not going to happen.
He almost had him on that TP out, too. Almost one more. I mean, MSS has never given this up. That is like the one steal that's amazing this game.
Yeah.
All right, so Newbee, they take the fight, but the Roche spawn, it's long. So huge for Alliance. If that's an early Roche, this game is so in Newbee's favor.
So the other thing there is like being able to find that Morphling at the start. They did have to buy back on the Gyro and the Chen, but it meant that there wasn't that much damage being dealt out.
MSS? Can they
back.
chain this?
In some trouble, snowball save yet again,
MSS,
though.
he missed the burrow.
Off to the side, it's not going to be good enough, but they will take down that Tusk. And, well, now Mickey kind of in a tough situation himself. Chase forward, you are trying to find it. Gonna see if he can get the stun. Pops the BKB. He's draining the mana.
Bash
but
one.
It's a good
Bash
amount of
two.
damage. Turn around. They need to know it's not going to be there. Snake King looking for the follow-up. Yawar has to blink away.
God, this guy's insane.
Playing it on a hair's edge. And Snake King gets the blink away before the Shard's able to encapsulate him there. And they get the tier 3 tower.
Look how close Boxy is. Oh. They're just like right next to each other. Oh man, Uwar tried to play that to the absolute max, and it was so dangerous. Now Mickey has a BKB of his own, so that attempt, oh man, MSS, he tried to get a Burrow Strike onto the Snowball, but Taiga has been so good this game. He's constantly making the saves on Mickey.
Very, very well played. Now I'm going back for the Aeon Disc, too, to make sure that he's always going to be able to not get bursted in those fights.
And now Mickey, he's trying to get to level 25 as fast as he can. He just bought the Tome.
Mm.
Or maybe he gave it to someone else, I'm not sure, but he's up there.
Buyback status. They have it on the Anti-Mage. Not on anybody from Alliance. So this next Roche fight, that's still going to be at least 50 seconds away. I feel like it could be one of the big deciding factors is the ability to get back into the shrines. Maybe Newbee make that play now where they can head over to the shrine and try and kill it off.
Yeah, it looks to be the plan. They're grouping up, maybe thinking about a smoke. They have 2 on Pi, but patience here from them. The bottom lane, 2 catapults coming in. Mid lane also a bit on their side of the map, so this movement looks kind of obvious. If you're playing on Alliance's side right now, you see your creeps are all the way down here, all the way here in the mid lane. If no one is pushing bottom or mid, now they see the gyrocopter, they see the anti-mage, so they know that the rest of the team is going to be in this area.
They're trying to set this up on Duar, though, but he gets the blink away. Heads up play.
There's really nowhere else for Newbee to be right now.
Right. Well, and, you know, they want to be able to protect this shrine, Alliance do. They don't want to give up that high ground. You know, one step, if they happen to head down to the bottom part of the map, it's going to be problematic.
You see the line from Insania right down bottom, because he's saying, like, if they want Roche, they have to push that bottom lane.
Right.
So Animage is down there right now. We need to bring him back, because we can't let that lane start getting pressured. We need to start, like, teasing the Roche and making it look like that we're in there, or, like, starting to take it ourselves. Now it gets scanned by them, so it will be pushing towards Alliance, but it's not going to be threatening the racks.
Yeah.
And that's going to force Newbee in. They have the triple cloak aura now from Pilot Eye, too.
Okay, gets
Plus,
bashed.
he has the 25 talent, so he's sitting.
They're sending it in. They know. They're going to get the vision. Quakefa's in there as well.
He's got 85% magic resistance without cloaks.
They've got to be super careful. Chase forward, moving in. Pilot Die trying to get the wraparound, but they need to go in and contest Mickey. Boxy's already there.
They're just waiting. They're going to let them get this as low as they want.
Roche is super low. I mean, they need to come back and fight, but this means that also Alliance buyback status, do they have it yet on any of these heroes? Only on the Sand King. Jump away, trying to chase, trying to find it. Boxy, he's able to find one on the backside, but the Hex is there, but they find the stun. Not quite enough. They've already lost one. Buyback coming from MSS as Koifa pops the BKB. They're trying to control Snaking, who gets his own BKB and runs away for the moment. Gyrocopter kept out of this fight. They've already killed off the Chen. Snaking is going to go down as well. They have another round of buybacks if they want to use it. UR, in the meantime, is coming back in towards this area. CNC pops his own BKB, runs away. You are there. The Hex comes out, though. There wasn't a terrorize time. The counterspell not there. Now the snowball running through into both of them as well. But it's too much from Alliance. Koikfa already goes down. He has the buyback. You are chasing down Taiga, and they're going to be able to get him as well.
Oh, they're making such good plays there between the Tusk and the Sand King, but it's still not enough to save the end of that fight. Good buyback there from MSS. He got taken down. They focused him down with the Scythe because he had an opportunity to steal the Burrow Strike, and they knew that he had to be the target to take down.
Center coming through, but the magic resistance from the AM, is it going to be enough? He's Hex, he's caught. Yuar gets the blink away, though, able to live through it. MSS gonna back out, but CCNC doesn't have buyback, and Roche is so low that Alliance might actually be able to take this one away.
Yeah, no one's going back in there.
Oh, Mickey gets it. Oh, man, the win from the Swedish team, making it happen.
And total buybacks there, I don't even know what we wound up with at that point. I didn't see that many from Alliance, right? What do they got? We got, is it just Koikfa for that
Just
whole fight?
Koikfa.
Wow. Cost 2 of them on the Radiant side, though.
Taiga had one earlier.
Yeah.
So his is still on cooldown, but it's starting to feel very problematic right now. Oh, and you can't get caught right now. They drop down the ward, almost spotting him, but you are just going to head off, catch this next wave.
He cannot play super safe at this moment. He's 12-0-7, and some of that coming from playing as safe as possible, but it is time to be risky anti-mage. But man, he's hard to catch. Do they have any bots right now? They don't, right?
No, but they know where he's going to send. They're going to send 2 off,
Oh,
separate one illusion. Very bold, chase forward. You are, oh my god, gets the Burrow Strike back. They realize he's up here on the high ground.
Yeah, he doubles back on them, though.
Nice
they got
play.
the scan.
And the TP away, he's out.
What a hero. Man, he really has been pretty flawless this game. Oh, he gets some bounty for us while he's at it.
Well, that should be his Abyssal Blade done now, as he's going to keep these lanes pressured out everywhere that he possibly can. Yeah, he doesn't feel comfortable hitting this one yet. Now they show on lane, he's a little bit better about it. So he's going to take down the Shrine. Although they are moving up to the north now, and you are backs out. Looks like they're going to recall him. So Alliance, how do they play this at this point? Like, you have the Aegis, you have the cheese. Do you just try and, like, even get into a position where you're glyphing the wave, or...?
You try and pick off someone that's not anti-mage and then start forcing high ground.
Okay.
And that gyro is some juicy.
Well, there he is. They did what you said.
That's so easy.
He's dead for a very long time.
He really was overconfident in his BKB.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have time to react to the Burrow Strike like that.
Buyback is off cooldown for him in 24 seconds.
So now what needs to happen is they need to clear this mid wave for Newbee. So you have to be predicting that as Alliance, and you try and like jump in and just kill whoever's going to be killing the wave, right? Like
Right.
MSS wants the Fable right now, so you just blink Burrow Strike and kill MSS.
Open up, open up, open up. MSS in trouble, Force Staff away, keeping him caught down,
Yeah, perfectly
killed,
played.
and now they've got him afterwards.
Because you know, right? They have to kill this wave because Animage is trying to cut in behind, so you know that Rubik's going to be right there. Mickey just hops right in, instant follow up there from Boxy. Alliance have got that that next step, you know what I mean? Like Dota is all about, you have to know exactly what your opponent's trying to do at that moment. There was no vision high ground there, guys. They just knew exactly what that guy's going to do.
Yeah. Waveform up.
And now they're looking to end this. They know there's no buyback on Rubik.
They force out the buyback on the gyrocopter. And Alliance going to head up now afterwards after forcing the buyback towards the tier 3 tower top. Mickey takes out that homing missile, sends one back the other direction. You are going to try and cut the wave again. So he was able to find that other wave, but they don't have a glyph. So backdoor protection, it finally catches back up, but they've already bursted through the melee barracks.
They've got a morph.
This is a Morphling.
Yeah. No
He
cares.
hits too hard.
They do have the tier 2 at the bottom, so big stuff there.
Tough, tough game for Newbee at this point, and it's what you were talking about. The need to keep that anti-mage alive. He still has not died once this game, but it doesn't matter. Burrow Strike. Head back the other way.
So annoying.
Dude, Counterspell's insane.
Especially with an arcane room.
Yes.
0.9 second downtime.
This hero's nuts.
The slow inevitability, I think, coming out here now for Alliance. You need a gargantuan fight for Newbee, and they don't have a second hero. They have Animage.
And he is hexed, and he is caught, and he is maybe going to be killed. Gets the blink away, but still chasing is Mickey. And it looks like he's going to be able to escape from there. Disarmed. Ice Blast going to wear off shortly.
How do they ever kill Mickey? I don't think Mickey's gonna. We talked about how Yoar's been deathless, but
Right.
I mean Mickey's the same thing.
It's true.
They've both been shockingly close. Or 12-0-7 and 12-0-8, so Mickey clearly the so much better player with that one extra assist. I mean, it's not even close, frankly. But this guy, Aegis or not, as it's now gone, good timing on the smoke, he has 2 waveform charges.
It's true.
I mean, how do you lock him down? It has to be 100-0, and there it is. Oh,
They're
they
looking
want
for
the AM
Insania
first.
Nice way to make this work for him, but the snowball save yet again. It happens over and over again, and now Mickey's going to get the blink away. They switched over into the anti-mage. Insania does drop, so no Ice Blast in this fight. Mickey's still thinking about being on the prowl, and he finds himself that gyrocopter. Force Snap, trying to keep him alive, but CCNC manages to get the BKB off. Not sure if that one's enough. Snake King, another save coming in from the snowball. Over and over again, he's keeping himself alive, his team alive, it doesn't matter. Mickey, chase forward, CCNC is dead. And Yoar trying to do what he can. The Burrow Strike pushed back through with the counter spell. Yoar gets the blink away, still living, but his entire team is gone.
I got one job. I got to kill some creeps.
And it is just not enough. 13-0-8, and Alliance are winning this game as a team.
The unkillable carry. Some true Highlander shit going on here in this game. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Dude, Mickey is a monster.
Oh,
Yoar is a monster.
Surely they can't both go deathless. There can only be one. Someone must die before this game is finished. Yoar, I know he's going all out. He's not going to let this end, right? He's got to put the body on the line.
It's true.
Does he do it for the magazine? Does he do it for the racks? That's really the only question.
Gotta wait for it. I think that, you know, we've seen Mega Creep comebacks. He needs to find and pick off these other heroes around the side. Jumps in, tries to blow up Boxy. The damage coming out with that ulti.
Oh, but the horn sounds. It's Megas. And Pi, I think he was up for about 4 seconds.
Turning now the battle, 1v1. Let's go mid. But Mickey, he doesn't
Come
even
on,
want to do it. He wants to hit the buildings.
Newbee needs a hero.
The chase forward, trying to see if he can get him. The lift up, though, with the Yule Scepter. Has the Hex again, another round of it, but they got the strength form off. Yoar in some trouble, rooted for the moment. They jump forward.
Is this it?
As well. Yoar, he wants to live. He gets the blink away, but he
died
eventually. The buyback comes immediately. He doesn't want to be off the map more than he has to be. Yoar chasing the Hex. Turn back now onto Koikva. Burrow Strike through now. Another round. As it does look like finally this anti-mage, it's all too much for him and the team. Snake King jumps forward, but that is going to be the Aeon Disc proccing for Taigya. Yuar finds his man, gets the kill onto that Tusk. But now they have to deal with Megas.
I can sleep tonight as long as someone died between these two characters. I could not handle this game ending with the double deathless here. Man, Alliance, whew. That was a nail-biter of a game, but with the Mega Creeps, they don't rest too much right now, but you're feeling a lot better, right?
Yes. Taking
the racks. Everything's been very much on edge. You still have to be aware that this game is hard because it's an anti-mage. So even with Mega Creeps, it's hard to do it all yourself when you're an AM. They actually do have other good heroes, right? I mean, you have a Gyro with an Aghanims, so he can plant pretty well for helping to control. You have an Axe, too.
The problem is that right now the Tusk is almost caught up to the Gyro.
Yeah.
It's the team of Alliance, basically, versus Yuar at this point.
Well, they know they have to do something risky, so he's cosplaying again as an illusion. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, one died, guys.
Hello, hello.
Oh, what a call.
On to 3. Where'd he go? He blinked out. Yuar wasn't there when they went in. Oh. That would have been the moment.
The tips.
That would have been the moment.
Would it, though? I mean...
it's fair.
Like, that's still...
That would have been the moment when there wasn't a snowball save. Taiga's been playing amazing this game.
Very true.
All right. Or has to black out of there. It's another switch over and the runaway. 18,000 net worth lead right now for Alliance.
Oh, MSS.
Poor old Rubik caught off to the side and going to be taken down by Mickey, who continues to extend his streak. 18-0-10.
Gotta say, I did not get the Rubik pick this game. I mean, they picked the Sand King after, which was good, but it's still hard to get Burrow Strike, right?
That's true.
Because Box is doing a great job of initiating on him, too, but that's like the only good steal.
Yeah, very little
like,
else
was
in
Shaman
this game.
still in? Am I crazy? Was Shadow Shaman there? I feel like that's an MSS hero that looked really good.
Yeah. Now CCNC, another round of the Burrow Strike comes through. He's controlled for the moment. Do they have anything in turn? The Hex is out as well, but it's not the control there for the Anti-Mage, and he turns now, finds the kill onto Mickey. They blow him up.
Oh, my.
All right. Chasing
well, what
forward
do
for
we
more.
have
Snake
here?
King making the chase down. Koikfa also going to hit the deck here in just a second. My man, Snake King with the big call.
Oh, the whole Alliance. Oh, no. I can like... It's like 1,000 Alliance fans just, I felt their souls just go, oh, not again.
Not
again. Please, no. Not, it's not even just, not again this season. Not again this month. Not again this tournament. Please, in the same group stage Alliance, don't do this to them. They love you. They've loved you for years, and yet time and time again you find a way. I still don't think that this is looking too disastrous for Alliance. The only issue is you can't buy back for this.
No.
That is... Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, what was better, though? The Refresher here or an Aghanims?
I think Refresher Axe. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Probably the Refresher.
I think so, yeah. And I think the Refresher Axe is actually super value.
Well, you know what? They have a lot of low cooldowns, though. Like, what if he actually had a Mana Void or something? I don't know. We'll see.
It's true. That could have been a big changer. But you know what else happens? We've got the Divine Rapier for AM in the backpack.
You know what Tusk's longest cooldown is? It's Snowball. Imagine if you had to pop that thing on 70 seconds with the Anti-Mage Aghanims.
That sounds amazing.
The game is saved.
All right, Mickey. They've taken off the Battle Fury now. For Yuar. Mickey tipping Yuar right there. And switching it out for the Manta. He is going super bold. Yule Scepter lift up. They got to clear through these waves.
He's like, man, why can't I just kill this wave instantly anymore? It's so weird.
And moving up to try and take down the first set of racks. Still no Quake for 20 seconds. Jumps forward, finds one. Glimmer Cape keeping him alive. No counterspell in time this time around. The Walrus Punch, it's all controlled. Yuar pops the BKB, turns to fight. There's the Aeon Disc proc. Now turned on to Insania. He is going to drop one more punch. No buyback on that Ancient Apparition. They take down the Dire Racks. Meanwhile, the Burrow Strike again interrupted off to the side there. They're not able to catch on to Mickey. Still Yuar playing with him over to the side here.
Finally, they fight each other.
Another round of counterspell, and they're going to back out as Quakefoot is up. Burrow Strike, he doesn't have the mana. He does have the Aegis, though. And now the turn. Call coming from Snake King. Another round of call. He has it for Yuar if he wants it. but it's already gonna be the Aegis down. MSS barely living through this one. CCNC trying to be a hero finally in this game. Alliance is dropping somewhat low, but is it gonna be low enough?
Mickey!
Going down! Mickey dead, 100 seconds! Snake King!
He's not
making
buying
it
back!
happen yet again, 4 dead!
They have to buy back.
Newbee, they're looking for it all. They gotta buy back on 2, but they don't have a snowball safe. If they get caught out right here, Alliance could go down. He's gotta play this so safe now. He has the Manta style. He's got BKB in 10 seconds.
Who is this Axe hero? I mean, where are the Seb chat wheels? Get them ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Newbee, they've got to make a decision, but the problem is that there's creeps in the base.
That's fine. They got a gyro. That's all he's good for.
They don't actually have enough mana or gold right now for Morphling to buy bots.
Well, gyro's coming.
They're moving back in. Another round here. They're looking to try and finish this one off. Still 50 seconds with no Tusk. 10 seconds until AA is back up, but they do have buyback from him. God, it's so scary, and they're coming back to try and deal with this.
They don't have buyback on AM. Because, right, you got 7-minute timers on Morph and Razor. Someone's having the buyback talk right now.
Yeah.
They're saying, guys, listen, we got 7 minutes. Here's the clock. Marking it down, 59 minutes. Then they have buybacks, whatever, 59:30. We are going to have this huge window where we're going to have buyback on our Anti-Mage, and we need to abuse that. We shouldn't try and force it with a minute and a half left on your buyback.
What a call. Unbelievable. Honestly, what a call to say we're not going to go for that. Now, whether or not...
Well, here's the question. What was the right one?
Well, we're going to find out, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, no matter what happens here, the call to say we're not going to go for that all-in push shows a lot of leadership, a lot of trust. And does it pay off or does it not pay off? That's going to be the big question here.
I can't believe they just had like a 30K lead with this. And Megas. This is absolutely insane.
And look at this win probability now. It was at 100% basically, now back to 30-60. Well, 30-70 roughly.
It's still
And
so difficult to get the waves going back in your direction, though, for Newbee, right? Because, unless I'm mistaken, he did sell it, right?
I think that he did, yeah.
Yeah, I think he must have had to sell it for the gold. I would think usually you'd keep it, right? For swapping it in for clearing
But he
waves.
needed the rapier, I guess.
Yeah, but it's Megas.
That's true.
How are you ever going to get these pushed back out?
Buy another
Like
Battle Fury.
They have to rely on the kill. Oh, I think he might.
Yeah, I think he might. Because they do have to keep the waves pushed out, definitely.
This is some real slow stuff. He's just not even bothering. He's like, okay, I need this big rune. Oh, they don't get it.
No. I think probably Arcane might even be the best for him. Like, DD is good.
Yeah, it's true. It's probably his Arcane, actually, for the counter spell.
He's already got 600 damage a punch.
Whew. All right.
And,
so,
like, CCNC's a hero. He has items.
So we haven't talked much about the Axe, have we?
No, I was hovering over it. But
So this is an interesting one. So it becomes an AoE ability, and then it reduces the damage output of the affected enemy units, and it's just a flat 30% damage reduction. So like all the damage they do is reduced by 30%.
yeah.
Pretty good versus a shotgun style morph, right?
Mm-hmm.
With these big adaptive strikes. He didn't go for the +3 multi-shot either. So his damage is already a little bit lower because he went for the more like secure. So I guess he went for the 2 waveforms plus the attacks. So it kind of works out either way.
Yeah.
But trying to target there will be very good.
Chen also has been able to get the 180 GPM talent now, so Pylai is going to start to have some items. Also taking over the Mega Creeps. So Glimmer Cape done for him. Like, that's the thing, is that all of these heroes are going to start to scale a little bit.
It's one way to push out. Just take them.
Yeah. God, and right now, Alliance, you talked about that timing window. They have 4 minutes left before buyback is going to be back from Morphling and the Razor.
The one good thing, though, is that this was very close to a Roche when it happened.
Burrow strike.
Okay. Didn't
Comes
get a
out.
counter spell.
Jump forward, caught out, but you are. Pops the BKB, Snowball onto the illusion, but they've got him caught here for the moment. That Snowball stolen as well by the Rubik. Newbee, a good steal.
I mean, MSS has been dying with no spell stolen because he's been waiting for something that's decent. This is all right, right? Trying to keep Yuar alive. He's basically only going to give this up for Burrow Strike, I'm pretty sure.
They got to be careful. You look up top wave, it's pushing in. They got to deal with this. Morphling should have bots soon. Actually, he's not going back for the bots on Mickey.
He just can't die still, right?
Yeah, but I guess he's prioritizing the Satanic over it. But it feels like it's one of those moments. God, I can't believe that they're in this position.
He has items.
Right.
He's almost caught the Morphling.
It's insane.
Because he can actually farm Mega Creeps.
Well, he was so far behind earlier as well.
Like, that Aghanims has paid off so ridiculously.
I can't believe that this has happened again to Alliance in these games. And now they have a second
man.
Rapier.
This is the time. What do we got left here? They got to hurry. Unless they're waiting for the next Roche, which they could be.
Yeah.
But then the buybacks will have returned.
Potentially, yeah. They've got a minute until Roche.
He's just tanking the wave.
Dude, this is so insane.
So if they take the Roche, it's like a minute and a half or something, right? If it's an instant Roche spot. So,
Yes.
so they got a little bit.
They have like a 1 minute window, basically.
Yeah, if it's early.
Right. But
I prefer the push right now. I think this is the play.
Gyrocopter pushing out all of the side waves. They need to make sure that they just don't lose their base. But they could get Mega Creeps of their own, and that's maybe going to be the play for them. Throwing back the Adaptive Strike onto Mickey.
So much on this side.
Burrow Strike the call. It's caught now onto Boxy, pulling him out of position, trying to bring him down. Snowball, but it's going to be on to the Creeps, pulling him back into the base.
The glimmer of all things.
Right.
Saving the animates there. They had that follow-up scythe, but they couldn't get it because he got turned invis.
Top lane is still pushing in. They're going to need to deal with this eventually. Mid lane, the call is going for Yuar to head up towards the north, maybe.
Probably the gyro. Yeah. CZZ heads back. He's got the bots. I mean, this is kind of his job, right?
Yeah.
The Mjolnir and Eggs. He can just clear waves forever.
Roche, a minute away.
Has he passed? Oh, man. He's catching him. He's going to get that Morphlin.
So, again, we talked about the fact that Alliance was playing together as a team. They had, like, a bunch of damage dealers. Does that change the complexion of it now that Gyrocopter has items?
Well, yeah, I didn't think Gyro would get this big.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's, he's a hero now.
Yeah.
And part of that is because Yuar is essentially giving gold now, like giving back to his team.
Oh, Pylai die.
Dude, you don't want...
Barely living right there, and CC&C moving in.
He's
They've
got the
caught
DD.
themselves Taiga in a lot of trouble. Snowball, but it's onto the creep. They're eventually going to be able to run him down while Yuar forcing down the rest of these heroes. So Taiga is going to drop, has buyback available.
Snaking didn't want to call him because he's looking for that next.
Always waiting for that next opportunity. Yuar DD.
They got double Sand Kings.
Chase over forward. Burrow Strike there onto 2, but now the turnaround coming with that Burrow Strike.
There's the
now
scythe.
Boxy in a lot of trouble. Is it going to be enough? Says Aching. He caught them all. The Blade Mail out as well with CC&C on top of him. They need to run away. Mickey barely able to walk out of there, but Quakefla, he's also going to die.
He's gone.
2 minutes. They don't have buyback. He's going down, and oh my God, Newbee. Have they been able to pull it back from the depths?
Snaking got that absolutely insane call. Yuar was inside the snowball.
All hail the king, but is it going to be enough? MSS walks forward, the snowball.
Mickey,
again.
he's dead.
Take it down.
It's
over. Down. 2 minutes. Newbee have done it, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Are you kidding me? With nothing left in the tank, but the Mega Creeps hidden onto the base. They're going to glyph the wave, force down the Ancient. And it happened again to Alliance.
Oh, man, they should not have relaxed. I thought they had this. I thought that was it. They had the Mega Creeps.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that just happened. Oh, we're back on, camera.
It's this. That's everyone in Alliance right now. It's this one. Or maybe it's probably this one.
Yeah.
It's man, these games are so hard to play.
Dude, all right. Real quickly, our buddy Andrew in production, can you switch back to the screen for just 1 second to look at the graphs that we had, the scoreboard, and the swing. Look at that turnaround.
It's so low. How does it come back from there? We got the Marianas Trench going on here in this draft. It's way down.
I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, it's Yuar and Mickey. I don't even want to say like one team or the other. This was an absolutely incredible game to watch and such a clinic between these two on the Animage and the Morphling. An insane battle.
And Snake King in the late game with those calls. They played so well on Alliance. The constant snowball saves from Taiga, but it just wasn't enough there at the end. Finding the right targets. So well played by Newbee.
There can only be one. It was not Mickey. It was Yuar. He is the Highlander. But there is only one game. There's still a second.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'd rather be on Newbee heading into the second one. Not like 'cause I got the point, but because I got that mental just like, whew. All right, they're all out there, giving the walk, the heavy breathe. So maybe expect a bit of a break between the games. That tends to happen, I find.
I agree.
When the players play like that. So we will be back, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, game 2 right around the corner. We'll see you guys in a few. Hello and welcome back again. I don't know what that was.
I don't know either. I just thought I'd try something new.
I like it.
You know, it was a crazy game. I had a long break to think about it, and as expected, the lobby chat much quieter.
It's
this
true.
time.
From both sides, though.
Yep.
It should be
Just-
noted.
Well, you know, it's not like you're gonna be all braggy and everything about
That
it.
would
but
be pretty hardcore. Can you?
that I'm into.
I'm wondering if Dota's ever going to get to that point where there's
Trash
some mental
talk
warfare
lobby.
of like easy game, you know, at the end of it or something.
Dude,
Because that
wait.
happens in pubs.
Do you hear that?
5
What?
seconds remaining.
I hear the announcer. I don't hear any chat wheel.
I don't hear anything here. Let's go into the draft right
Okay.
now because last game there was nonstop chat wheel. Everything has gotten really quiet.
Oh, Dota. I love Dota. It's like, no. You know, they're still, you know, you try and put it out of your head, but someone who's not talking about a hero right now is just thinking like, man, if I had just like blinked right there, if I had gotten that one snowball, if I hadn't
In
targeted
that
that creep,
tone.
if I had targeted that creep behind that creep instead with my snowball, then they wouldn't have got the
And
follow up there
it
on
doesn't
the call.
feel
and then-
fair, right? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't feel fair because these teams they played so well the entire time, but it just takes either a couple of calls. And again, I want to go back to that point that we made in the game: the call to not go for the all-in push and say, all right, we're gonna fight against Megas and take advantage of this timing. Whoever made that call on Newbee, that could be like one of those tournament deciding calls, right?
Yeah, you mean that thing that all of Alliance's fans yell at them for?
Yeah, yeah. Whoever made that call, like, to me, it feels like that player is going to get so much more, like, everybody's going to be all in on that, you know?
Yeah.
There's trust. That's so important.
Oh my god.
It reminds me of that Genespris series that happened in the black screen right now, but
Oh,
it should
there
be
we go.
coming back, so
Oh,
never
good.
fear, folks. We're here. Ugh, I love Dota.
I know. I'm kind of exhausted. Yeah, that. It's just like it's so satisfying. I just feel like, you
Yeah.
know, I can like, that was good. You know,
Yeah.
that's a great way to start the day. I knew the series would be exciting. I didn't think it would be that exciting.
No.
But let's get into it here. Is there anyone banned who was in our previous match? The answer is no.
No.
So clearly, any of the heroes that appeared
Mhm.
did not seem to warrant any sort of a discussion in the first banning phase, and so we'll have the return of the Pylai Dai Chen.
The only switch up is that now it's Alliance that are on Radiant, Newbie on Dire, and it is going to be a switch to Centaur and Dark Willow. You know, I also want to mention that a lot of times when people talk about a sort of heartbreaking loss that happens, the team struggles to come back from that. I think that's less important for Alliance because they go through it more often.
Well, you got to give
You
them
know
that.
what I mean?
There's no doubt. I would say a switch up in the strats right away.
Yeah.
Going for just like, okay, we're picking our off lane. Like, we know that Chen is going to create a very good haven for some sort of a carry. And we don't want to give some like crazy hardcore Spectre anti-mage without a lot of pressure. They don't go for the morph. That I was wondering. They take the Alchemist because AA, who, well, there he goes. He gets instantly banned.
Yeah, that one hurts. Man, Chen Alk, so the double up on the regen. You get bonus regen off your ulti.
Yeah.
That's really hard to deal with.
I just have to think like, oh man, now what do we do? They're going to ban the Ember because that's one of those heroes that UR can play potentially from the safe lane, but helps create a lot of space for the Alchemist if you want to play the Alch out of the mid. Sometimes you're going to see that Alchemist in the safe lane. It all comes down to matchups, but with Newbie having the 9th pick and then Alliance having that 10th final hero, it just means that CNC wants to be able to like either go safe or mid, or like have UR on the Alch or CNC on the Ember. Ember is the best flex between the 1 and 2, I would say, over the past like 4 or 5 months.
And it really feels like it's one of those heroes, too, that can do a little bit of everything. And right
Yep.
now, this draft, again, from Newbie is going to center around the Alchemist. Much like the Anti-Mage happened last time, the Alch is going to be that hero in this game for Newbie, which does give a little bit of a target on his back, and Alliance can now pick to try and focus that down. But as you mentioned, one of the best answers to that, the Ancient Apparition, already banned. I do like that they have a lot of damage out of their position 4 in the Dark Willow. I feel like that part is nice.
I'm kind of thinking of a Leshrac here for Newbie. I feel like I want to like help push the towers down as soon as we can, try and create more space. I want to support who is wave clear. I like that you have the ground targeted stun versus the Dark Willow. I feel like that could be an okay hero here for MSS, or even potentially snaking too. And now you got a Timber Saw, so the Lesh is even looking a little bit better to help it with some magic damage here. But Timber versus the Alch, that's opening up some options for the mid lane for you.
yes, definitely.
And it is a nice hero for the Rubik, too. No doubt about that. So MSS already looking way better. I got Chakram to steal. I got Timber Chain. I got Dark
Hoof
Willow
Stomp.
spells are great. I got a Hoof Stomp. Like, this game, I
Yeah.
got 3 heroes already. Last game, he had 2, kind of.
Right.
He basically had, I kind of want Snowball. I kind of want Burrow Strike. Everything else is awful.
So the thing also that I will say about this Timber Saw is that, yes, it's nice that it's a good answer for the Alchemist, being able to take away the strength from him. But, as you mentioned, with the Centaur already taken, it kind of limits the places that you can put this Timber. Like, unless you're running something funky like a 5 Willow and a 4 Centaur, which is not going to happen.
Well, I mean, but more likely, I mean, we've
Yeah.
had, like, J-Storm used to run the safe lane Timber sometimes for Moo,
Right.
even when he'd move to the carry role. But, yes, this will be mid. They have the 10th pick, though, so as you're saying, it is kind of awkward to, like, take your mid this early when you have last. It does mean that they can tempo their position 1 to be either, like, and they just pick them right now. Because they would have banned the Morphling. That is the question, right? Because basically, Animage, Spectre, Morphling, or you could have gone like Jugs and those kind of heroes. All the position 1s are in except for Juggernaut, pretty much, or except for Sven right now. So if they had a lot left it for last, it would have meant that they could take a fast carry if they felt like they needed a fast carry, or they could have taken like some crazy hard game carry if they wanted that last. So now they're essentially saying, we know you guys are gonna ban Morph because we just had a Morph game. That will be your last ban. If we are position 1 left open, we're gonna take it now.
Exactly. And it makes it look a little bit weird because they're likely going to be taking a support last, but in this context, it makes sense. I will say, just because of how much they value that Morph.
Yeah.
I will say that this now puts Alliance in a little bit of a weird situation. Like, the timing of Timbersaw means that he can be a monster early on, but I'm a little bit worried that maybe now they're putting themselves a little bit too late game. Like, late game, I think Alliance probably just win with the lineup they have, but Newbee are going to be going for the Lesh you called.
I knew it.
You're
I
on
knew
it.
The
But
Snake King Leshrac. I love it.
This fits so well that the tempo that Newbee are going to want to play. I feel like when this Alk hits his timing of, like,
Yeah.
Radiance, AC, whatever.
This is probably UR actually. Anyway, yeah, when
It's just
then
gonna
they
be
can just go,
ridiculous.
right? Yeah, with the timing, yeah. So they have a lot of flex. I mean, this could be UR or snaking, depending on what this next pick is for Newbee.
I think it's probably UR Alk, I would guess.
I mean, it could be. I mean, UR has like all of those mid heroes as playable options for him too, though. But yeah, I mean, it could be UR Alk. It can be CCC Alk because they both play it.
Right.
It can be the UR Leshrac or the CCC Leshrac because they both play it. And then they're going to ban the Snake King Axe because it shows that it is a very good option versus the Morph, especially when you don't have Snowball. I mean, you don't have Snowball. How many calls were there on that Morphling last game, right?
It would have been a complete and utter disaster. Definitely. Super value Spirit Vessel game for Newbee. Unbelievably good for Spirit Vessel game.
Yep, goes both ways too, though, right?
Yeah.
Versus the Alchemist and versus the Chen Heal. Both teams going to be wanting to pick one up.
Yep.
Snake King, Initiator Hero, or some sort of control. What do they have? They have Telekinesis. Yeah, they need another good leading
need
stun. They have Sand King.
Yeah, or like any of the sort of aura builders. I wouldn't even mind like a Darkseer maybe. That could be kind of cool. Although then your Morph is probably farming under tower freely.
Yeah, that's the only issue.
So probably, yeah, one that can contest like Sand King.
Sand King looks like the safest one. I think there's anything else that's like super ghost silences and stuff. Not necessarily.
I was about to tab out to look at heroes, but I remembered they're using my PC. Like, oh, God, no.
Oh, you want to see some heroes here, buddy? I'll give you the heroes. There you go. Now snipe it. Piece of cake. I mean, how hard can life be? There's also still, again, that flexibility of where we could have a UR hero here last if they really wanted to, like the Jug or something, but I don't think that's necessarily going to happen.
I'd actually like to see a Pudge.
The Pudge? The
The
Pudgeka?
offlane Pudge.
We got our one Pudge game.
Yeah.
But he was mid versus the Tiny, so he didn't really have a Pudge game. Didn't get his crazy good last hits.
Although then you also have the Morph switching into Pudge, so that's less palatable. I was thinking, like, it kind of owns Timbersaw. It's sort of weird because it goes both ways because you lose your strength, but oftentimes you can just snipe wherever he's going with Timber Chain and pull him back. And then suddenly you're not survivable anymore. Could be the Kunkka that's banned first phase.
I'm curious with this Alliance hero, what they're thinking. Like,
Yeah.
they, you can see Newbee are protecting the possibility of just a Centaur support, right? Because they just banned the Lone Druid. Because you're not going to ban some position 5, right? You're not going to ban like a Bane or something. So it is going to be a Snake King Legion.
Press the attack for Alk.
Yeah, that's a good call too. For the Morphling, right?
And pretty okay for contesting, I think. Contesting the Morphs farm?
It's scary because it keeps them on high HP because you
Yeah.
can't sit in the wave at like 500 HP and you just suddenly get overwhelming odds into
10
Fade Bolt and die.
seconds remaining.
What do they need now?
5
Wouldn't mind,
seconds
like,
remaining.
maybe even a Lion. Like one of those Hex heroes, and I like the burst more from the Lion. Although then you feel, like, super useless if you fall behind in lane. You could go Oracle? Maybe?
Yeah, this must be some Insania Centaur or Insania Dark Willow or something. Yeah, and then Quick for
Choose
Tiny.
your hero.
Oh, well. Yeah, probably Quick for Tiny, right?
Insania Centaur.
So we had a couple teams run this as 5 before. It's not the first time. But I mean, it has some benefits. You have to get to 6. That's the only thing. But it does provide tower pressure, which is kind of cool,
Yeah.
right? It has a global save. So it's got its uses.
There's the chat wheels. Who's doing it, though? It's Insania. All right. Get the team back
yeah,
on
yeah,
track.
he's
Here we go.
rallying the squad. That's what's happening right now.
Well, game number 2, Alliance versus Newbee. Last one was definitely a tough one to watch for Alliance fans out there. But looking to pull it back in game number 2, and this is probably one of the squads that I would say is, as I mentioned earlier, best capable of pulling themselves up back after a loss.
I love me some CC&C Leshrac. This will hopefully not look like a gyro game for him, unless you're an Alliance fan. Then you're hoping it does look like that gyro game until the very end, of course. But it was rough going. Not a lot of farm on the map, but Leshrac much better at going out for kills and helping to push the tempo of the game, create more map space for the Alchemist, and then they're gonna have this Legion Commander trying to like play off map and create kill threat on the side lanes.
Well, you were mentioning too. We went off camera and we were talking about it as we were heading over to the lounge for a moment. But you were saying that you felt like the mega creeps in that game actually helped Newbee to be able to pull it back,
Kind of.
which was the crazy part.
Yeah, that was a weird one. It was like they actually were able to kill them because the gyro didn't have a job, and
Yeah.
then because the megas are constantly pushing in and it's never pushing out, he never had to leave the base. I mean, I do think Alliance probably needed to like do some sort of a smoke play and try and kill this gyrocopter when he was just constantly killing waves by himself.
Right.
But that's very hard to do when you go to the complete opposite side of the map.
It gave him a safe place to farm, basically.
It did. And it's so easy for a gyrocopter. It's not really a concern for him. But it was so necessary, too, because they had to sell the Battle Fury for the Rapier. So a lot of things had to click for Newbee to win that first game. And Alliance are just going to say, listen, guys, we almost won that one. I know it's frustrating, but we can do this. You know, you talk all that trash. Like, guys, we're so much better than them. We made some mistakes. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're taking this game.
You are greeting the competition, as well as his team, maybe. And Mickey is going to be down here bottom on the Morph. It looks like they're going to try and send Snake King with MSS and the Lesh to secure some early bounty runes, and then probably, like you said, MSS staying down here to threaten that Morph lane.
Yeah, but I'm really curious about the lane shenanigans. Not sure what the plans are going to be here.
QuickFit doesn't have the new item.
30 seconds
How
left.
dare he?
But the
I
thing
guess
is,
he likes the OG.
I think some people were talking about it also. Wait, does he not have the
Oh,
levels?
he's level 200.
He doesn't have the levels?
Koikfa, wow. Koikfa
What?
hates esports. That's all I see. I think Pilot I was trying to do something, but then he actually got a prediction right or something because he's level 323.
Oh, okay.
That's a missed opportunity right there. You are level 25. This guy's hardcore.
Yeah.
This guy's just playing some Dota.
Well, movement over to try and secure the rune. Taiga gonna see if he can get it, but Pilot die with the bottom blocks means it's going to be 2 apiece. Get the laughs going. That's the way to do it.
And that's part of this whole strat here.
Yeah.
So a centaur in the pure, like, trying to help my laner out. Be interesting. I think Taiga probably has to get a couple kills up top here, and then he might be looking to rotate, where they do this similar thing with Boxy and leave him alone. Mind you, the Sand King, I don't know, he's supposed to be more survivable, but that Anti-Mage absolutely bopped him. Shouldn't be as bad of a matchup this time with the Alchemist versus the Timbersaw. It's lots of physical damage from the Alchemist, and Boxy all about the armor life.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, like, Yuar is going to have a tough time just even last hitting, and they're going to go in, find the root, get the kill.
Nice.
Like, 2 rounds of Whirling Death is all it takes.
Yeah, that was brutal.
And it's like such a low mana spell, too. Yeah, Yuar is going to have a very tough time in this lane. And luckily, at least he'll have Pile Die around. Looks like he's going to try and secure himself a creep. Picks up the little ghost lady. Actually, don't know if it's a lady. It just says ghost. And Taiga might just be able to find it.
I still have to wonder, though, about Pi. Oh, my God. Pi's crazy. Got that salve. You need that extra value.
Dude, the ghost. Look at this ghost. Dude, he's moving.
I know. There's not a lot of creeps that can put this much. Oh, okay. Good call. Good call.
Yeah. He would have just gotten run down.
But Mickey's last hit should be pretty difficult, especially once the level starts stacking up here. So I think he started with the press of the attack, doesn't have the odds out yet. But once the odds are there, the Centaur won't be able to do a whole lot.
Yeah. Trading hits, building up the retaliate stacks, then the walk away. Without the Dark Willow nearby, though, this is not as easy of a kill for Boxy.
Yeah, and Taiga's in the mid lane now trying to tilt things in favor of Koikfa. You have extremely long range on the Bramble, and then they're going to try and use the Bramble. Okay, they're starting with that instead for the tossback.
Nice. Bramble's laid down. CNC, though, able to dodge through it. Well played. Fancy footwork from the Lesh.
I think they needed to, he should have pre-laid the Bramble, right, and then stood on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, one thing also about this rotation is Boxy needs to dominate this lane because they're not getting kills on UR anymore. If UR is still able to get some amount of last hits, this lane is kind of a failure if that happens. So they're going to get the toss back onto CNC again. This time, pulling them forward. They're going to have the roots.
So much damage.
The walk through, throw the tree, get the kill. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, very good stuff here from Alliance. Taiga he loves this Dark Willow. He's so good at it.
Yeah, Hero's quite strong. But yeah, we can see already having a much rougher time of it, UR. And if he's not careful, might just get brought down again as Taiga is rotated up top.
I think he had like 2 kills already at this point.
Yeah.
Last game. Yeah, he does not have many options here versus this Timber. So this is why I wondered about lane shenanigans. Like, are there going to be swap ups here? Because at the moment, it doesn't seem to be the case. And that means Snake King needs to get into this overwhelming odds. But it won't be until at least level 4 that he's got 2 points in it. And he's not even opting for that. He's just going for the pure trades over and over. Probably because there's not a lot of point like trying to harass out a Morphling like that with like spell spam. Because you know he's just going to regen through.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very different matchup there. And Pile Die up top. They're going to send Taiga through into the woods. UR is just jungling now at level 3 and going to head over the Cursed Crown. Is he dead, actually?
I don't think. No, he's out of mana.
Okay. Yeah, if he had the Brambles, maybe they could have done something, but no such luck. And going to be chased off to the other side of the jungle. Meanwhile, CNC maybe going to be caught again. Looks like he's okay. So far, so good for Snake King, but he and the Lesh are the main ones having a good time.
Well, last time, Snake King had to abandon his lane at level 3. Now, you've got your Alchemist abandoning lane level 3. Now, they managed to win that game, but of course, it's still not an optimal situation here. And we all know the Alchemist is quite the hero. He's been having a hell of a tournament, but even he has a hard time recovering when his start is this poor.
It's true.
And now as Boxy, you're like, okay, I got a Timbersaw game. Like, I'm just getting behind this tower, I'm clearing these waves, I'm forcing down tier 1s, and then I'm going to the other lanes, and I'm doing the exact same thing. He needs to just get super aggro, super farmed, and start playing with Taiga, and he can take over and win this game.
It's interesting, though, because he's opting right now to head over and stack up the camp, get the bounty runes. Obviously, it's really important to do that, take it away from the Alk.
They're fighting bottom?
Dude, 4 bounty runes going all in.
Yeah, CCC made the rotations instead going down the bottom, but I mean, that's what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
And that's worth it to die as insane if you get 4 bounties.
So no benefit at all for UR right here, who is going to be chased back all the way to his tier 2. Boxy not giving up. I think UR is just dead.
Yep. And now he's got Chakram. Now you can't come back. You're out. Chakram is GG of that lane. Like, he goes back, gets Arcanes, has Chakram.
Yeah.
Like, he pretty much has to go mid.
This could be okay. Koikfa trying to look for a toss back. CNC playing it really close, though. And so they won't get anything done there. A nice little stack up of the hard camp. Pile just trying to hold on to this tower if at all possible.
Meanwhile, Mickey is still just kind of fine. He's 22-7. Of course, he's getting beat here by the Legion, especially because he's the worst support in the lane. But now they're making that rotation. And there's Mickey's first kill. Yep.
Gets the finish. Mickey picking it up. All things going well right now for Alliance.
They're on right now. You got Taiga in the mid lane while that's happening. He's getting a couple last hits. Up top, someone dares come near Boxy with Chakram. So you may die.
I have seen this so many times. Pi, though, does have the Wildling Ripper there, which is going to keep the tower alive a little bit longer. CCNC is going to make the rotation instead. And I don't know if Boxy spotted him yet.
I don't think so.
Chase forward, looking for the catch. They don't hit on the Split Earth, though. And now with not enough mana, CCNC not able to get that kill.
Even with the split earth, I don't know if he gets that. That's a pretty tough one to get. No. And now Taiga runs into him. Probably just going to be some harass damage here. I mean, that's a 600 HP less track, but he's putting the hurt on him.
Yeah.
He's saying, yeah. Oh, don't give away that ward, though, Taiga. Nice, nice. Oh, yo, the toss forward. Oh.
Trouble. CCNC trying to run away. He hit the shrine. Oh, he's got that regen.
Oh, and the miss uphill.
Oh, man. That was really close. Getting the bonus regen.
Harvey's got another toss here. He got to be careful on that double back.
Yeah.
But Boxy's gone. And is also a little low on mana.
So this is the thing that I want to know. How insane of a hero is Auk? Because
I don't think he's this insane. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a very hard game.
I agree, but I feel like it's one of those things where
I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit this win plus thing, and it's going to be like 78%. Okay, 67. That's a little lower than I thought. But I think this game is super hard. And now Boxy, he's got the Timber Chain now.
Chase
hey, what
forward.
up?
Gets the kill. Boxy all over it.
Excuse me, did you miss the sign? This is the Boxy lane. No noobs permitted. Bunch of newbies over there.
That's right. Mr. Newfoundland man.
Some newbies.
But yeah, I agree that this game looks incredibly difficult for Newbee to get back online in any way. But I mean,
how do you do it?
Isn't that the Timbersaw classic though? That like you get crazy far ahead.
Is he calling Yuar? Oh, I thought I saw him call somebody. Oh, all right, he called CCNC. I thought this was a stack for Yuar. If you look at Pylai Die, he's been putting these camps together.
Yeah.
This is what they need if they're gonna do it.
I feel like I've seen this so many times with Timbersaws, though, where you get like a crazy start like this. Maybe you start building into like an early Bloodstone. You feel like you're invulnerable, and then you just die once or twice.
Here's what he hasn't done, and this has been one of these questions that I still don't know the answer to since I ever started watching Dota. He didn't take the Tier 1 tower.
Right.
So, oh, well, are they going to get Taiga? I think he's quite dead. So, let's say you killed this Tier 1 tower, because he could have taken this tower.
Yes.
He can sit behind this tower, and this tower will die. If you take that tower, then the creeps move to the Tier 2. And then rotations can come to the shrines, and you're almost vulnerable as the Timber, and you give somewhere for your enemies to farm. As long as this Tier 1 tower is up, however, no one can play here. This is like the Thunderdome. You got trees on both sides. There's no other place to rotate other than coming in directly under this tower. So it's kind of like, what do you even want here? I mean, you can see Newbee are trying to save it. So they obviously want the value of the tower, but at the same time, this whole lane's been dead for almost 5 minutes now.
It's true.
Where no one's lasted it.
Yeah.
It's a very weird thing about Dota. The problem is, of course, if Boxy does take this tower, he's supposed to then rotate to the mid lane and take that tower. And that's the big question that...
well, and it looks like they're still going to be able to get him even behind the Tier 1 tower. So
right, that was nice.
That's the rotation we're talking about, and that's the Timbersaw problem, really. You feel like you're completely invulnerable, and then suddenly people rotate, and you realize you're not.
Yeah, the levels start stacking up a little bit on the supports there. And he will have a problem when the Rubik hits 6 too, right?
Yeah.
And now he has it, so he can now actually put some good pure damage back into that Timber.
Still no spell stolen. Newbee picking up 3 bounty runes. A nice little chunk of change for their alchemist, who's been left alone a longer and longer period of time. He's got a bracer, he's got phase boots, he's level 6, and he's got his eyes on a radiance.
Yeah, they're taking a couple camps down, right? Throwing some blocks in there, trying to reduce the efficiency, but Yuar gets it dewarded.
Yeah. Also get some gold off the Sentry Ward, because why not?
Yeah. Ow.
CCNC moves in again. trying to get aggro with Boxy, already down somewhat low, but Chen moving in, and the relocate, they bring him in. Snake King able to make it happen, and they're going to try and kill off Boxy. Isn't it enough? Yes, it is, but they do lose the Chen.
Whew, man, Timbersaw is so wrecked by Leshrac. There's so few heroes that have that much magic damage this early in the game, just trying to work through. I mean, I guess the Edict even is the physical damage too that you're working with at the same time, but you can see he did 2,204 damage.
Yeah.
Pulsing through that. I mean, you see the Chen and the Legion, it's just like, yeah, nothing.
Well, he also had a couple of the turn on and turns off
Yeah.
for Pulse Nova, so when you do that, that initial damage is a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one thing that you guys will see, especially with CCNC, is like the only times he doesn't toggle it is when he doesn't have enough mana. He's had that discussion before.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the reasons why you want, as much as you like the arcane boots, you need them so you can toggle
Yeah.
and burst as fast as possible.
Well, right now, 2,000 gold lead still there for Alliance. And whenever you're ahead with a Alchemist on the enemy team, it's where you want to be, but it has been a lot of time left alone. What is it that Mickey is going to be going for in this game after he takes down the Tier 1 tower? Just straight Lincoln Sphere.
Oh, jeez, I thought you were talking about Click for a second. My brain just went like, what? Yeah, I don't think it's Ags this game either, right? Anything on his team that's... Oh, right, the Willow. Yeah, he's going Lincoln's Ags.
Okay.
So if you guys haven't seen that one before, you basically just copy into your Willow, and you have the Shadow Realm, and you just get to like start launching a bunch of right clicks. He also has the Timber too, so there's gonna be situations where that's gonna be beneficial as well. And I guess they can do the Tiny too, eh? Okay, this is interesting. But
Yeah.
the Tiny's probably gonna go for that Blink Echo Saber crit build.
I actually really like what you say about the Timber, like just double chalk or double whirling death. That sounds really nice.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, you can't get the Chakram ability. That
Yeah.
would be really nice.
That would be the dream.
Yeah.
Stampede used, not sure what that was all about there. I didn't see anybody getting gone on really. But nonetheless, Stampede is down now. And Newbee maybe looking for another gank. They could go for another one of these uses of Divine Favor, pulling a teammate, and then afterwards just blow him up, the Leshrac.
Man.
It's sort of the ghetto Blink Dagger, if you will.
They've done such a good job holding these Tier 1 towers, though. Like, and especially this top one, because that's one that's protecting the Alchemist. Like we talked again, I think this tower is actually so surprisingly pivotal in this game, because a lot of times you lose this tower and it's like, okay, well, whatever. It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's not the worst, it's not the best, but keeping this up is giving so much freedom for UR. And it kind of shows like why now Alliance is starting to throw a lot of heroes, right?
Yeah.
But they have the levels now in Newbee to actually defend.
They don't have the Stampede either. Wraparound coming.
They're not bringing the Legion yet.
They're thinking about it, though.
And the Rubik's coming too, but they might be
Boxy's
too
showing
late.
up. They TP'ing in. They've got two heroes back here behind the tower. MSS looking for the lift up. They have Boxy there. Now the stomp, follow up. No, they actually pulled it the wrong direction. CCNC in a lot of trouble. Hand of God trying to keep him alive. And CCNC's doing so much damage. Look at this guy go. The regen coming in. And now the turnaround with the duel. Terrorize is there, but they're still doing enough damage to take the win.
Oh, he's still got Avalanche too. MSS already hit a 3-man Avalanche. Now he's got another one here for Quakefa.
God. Chasing in, avalanching the tiny Quakefa off to the side. Snake King has him in his sights.
He stops to aggro the wave.
And gets the punch back, toss away. It's not looking like it's going to be enough as Quakefa 2 will fall. Alliance lose 3.
Oh, man. Alliance, they get baited back, right? That's basically what they're trying to do. Try and pull them in, cake them off the tower. They could have finished that tower right there for Alliance, and now you're going to see two heroes, I think, planted up here from Newbee to spam out these waves. And Alliance are right back at it. They're just coming again. There's no cooldowns here on this Timbersaw, and they're saying, guys, this tower needs to die. Maybe they should have taken it earlier, because
Yeah.
I think they had the opportunity before these supports could rotate.
They have Divine Favor again to pull somebody in if they want, as well as dual backup for Snay.
MSS has the Avalanche for a long time. Quakefa, he's coming in for the freebie, though, on the 15-minute mark. He wants MSS.
Boxy moving in. CCNC gets it. Turnaround duel with the Stampede going. CCNC finds the stun. Again, the regen coming through, but is it going to be enough to keep him alive? No. You are thinking about throwing the stun, but just needs to back out for the moment. Snake King has the press the attack in one, but Tagya able to get the kill while also taking down MSS.
Yeah, that was down to the bottom lane. Basically, it was a 1v1 of Quakefa and MSS, where MSS was on the bottom rune, and Quakefa blinked in, got him with all the damage, and then chased them to the next rune. And although MSS got it, he then killed them right after. Raindrops weren't able to save MSS, and now he's out of them.
And this is why we've been seeing so many Timbersaws go for the hood at this point in time. Like, some will be going for the Bloodstone early, but oftentimes you just end up losing all the charges immediately afterwards.
I hope he buys the Shivas. I hate Bloodstone. I'm at
Yeah.
Bloodstone. I deny the Bloodstone. You know, I feel like Timber wants almost to die. Not wants to die, but you have to play so on the edge
Right.
that the Bloodstone can just be such a game ruiner sometimes if you die a couple times in a row.
It's true.
Whereas you go for these Shivas and stuff, or these Yule Scepters, and at the very least, you're not afraid to die in those like really clutch situations. But, you know, high risk, high reward, that kind of stuff.
Hulk has finished off his Radiance. And a smoke up coming from Newbee.
All right,
Not
that's-
scouted.
It's kind of frightening. It's got
Yeah.
the 6th. I mean, I've seen some bad Alk games, but that was a really bad set. I mean, he terror bladed it, you know?
Yeah.
He left the lane at level 3.
It was insane. And UR has not stopped hitting these jungle creeps.
What a life. Just on the
Hi.
TI stage, just cracking some jungle skulls.
Looks like Highlight Die is in some trouble. Eats a root, the lift up there. Now the push back. Stun there onto one. Pi still trying to run.
Hit him with his own centaur.
It's like it's not going to be enough. So they get the kill onto the chin. Oh, Rubik stole the Whirling Death. Oh, it's kind of good. Early on this game, he was able to take the morph form as well. So right now...
Oh,
Sid-
did he? I
Yeah.
didn't even notice. That's a great one. I actually didn't notice that last game. He probably did. Oh, that used to be like my favorite thing when I was playing Rubik versus Morphling, except for when you accidentally hit Agi.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, Mickey's going back for the E-Blade again.
Oh, really?
A little surprised by that.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of morphs. I think Arteezy in their game did it, right? Where they had the
Yeah.
the Lincolns and the Dark Willow. Or sorry, the Lincolns and the Aghanims for the Dark Willow.
Morphling does have his Ags right now, but it hasn't been brought out on the Courier.
You mean his Lincolns?
Yes. We're talking about Ags. No, he's not going to get it.
He doesn't have a Lincolns and an Eggs on the courier?
Doesn't
At
have it this time
17
yet.
minutes, this guy's terrible.
Unbelievable. Quakeva hiding. I heard something.
Yeah, pop the concoction, pop the stampede. I'm out of there, dude. So a solo save on himself, but that's fine.
Just going to go
Oh,
straight
okay. Also
BKB.
going in the bottom lane, they almost got CCNC helping with that stampede too. But it wasn't enough damage. He's able to TP back to I think, no, not even the shrine. Just back to the... Or he went to the shrine, but there wasn't one there, is what I mean.
Yule Scepter picked up there. And then
That is a
BKB
problem
soon.
for Boxy.
Yeah.
And he's clicking through the items. Oh no, all Boxy, you're doing it. He just went to Shiva's, and then he clicked Heart, and now he has clicked the other item, the Bloodstone. Dun dun.
I mean, again, it seems like it should be such a great fit for Timber, but you're naturally...
I mean, it is. It is a great fit for Timber, and I get it. I just can't. It pains me when I see them die 3 times, and suddenly it feels like they just bought an item that's worth 2k gold instead.
That's true. The flip side of that is that we're not seeing any Spirit Vessel coming up for Newbee right now.
That is a excellent point.
And
it's
Bloodstone
hard
is
to
nice.
build it in this game too.
Bloodstone is really nice as well in that regard of being able to heal yourself up with the active ability. Spirit Vessel can just like own that. The Snaking gonna hold on to that mid lane. Noir continues to farm away. Alliance not really getting the pressure on. You can see these pings on the tower. They want to take this tier 1 tower down, but it's kind of just been continually denied to them.
Now up top here, Mickey also just kind of caught a little bit awkwardly in the tree line. Doesn't have any allies around him. Wants to get this next wave, but he could be hitting neutrals at the same time right now. So this doesn't feel that great if you're the Morph. Just like wave forming through trees.
Well, Foxy is finally going to say, enough with it. I'm going to walk in.
Well, where's CCNC? He's up top, but he needs that Yule's play, but he's trying to stick around for the bounty rune up there.
Yeah. Trying to trade off. Use the glyph. Pi, keeping the pressure on. They still haven't come to address Boxy yet, as they're going to instead secure all the bounty runes. Quakefa gets the one.
Yeah, more important. Well, not more important. You still have to keep that tier 1 mid, but MSS does have the Timber Chain lift initiation here. But he really needs that Yule's from CCNC if they want to save this.
Yeah. Slow, steady rundown.
It has to be 100 to 0 though because they have the Stampede.
It's taken it's taken a very long time. The mana steal creep. Boxy goes in a little bit. They have the stomp available. Gonna miss onto that stomp. Chase forward for more though, and well, they're just gonna get it.
They grind it out, Alliance. Big tower take.
Surprised that Newbee didn't want to go and contest that one as much.
Yeah, they were a little out of sorts from the bounty runs, but yeah, I would say that seems like a missed opportunity because they weren't really getting much else at the same time other than farm, right?
Maybe a chance here to go into Mickey. They're going to need some type of super solid initiation, though. Yeah,
Almost got him, but I mean, would not have been much after that. Okay, they brought in the Alchemist. He's got his fresh BKB, and he's gonna hit some creeps. It's a real shocker.
That's actually a really good way for him away. With them pulling and snaking, that could have been a kill. Yeah, and he's with them now. Man, that's the thing that's so scary about Chen, I guess, is just like the ability to recall in any of that hard initiation.
Yeah, they don't have Blink on him though.
Yeah.
So it's not too spooky yet. He's going for that help my Alchemist become the big boss here. The Lord of the White Spire, perhaps.
That's right.
Just trying to shill a little, you know.
Scrappy
while I'm
Warlock.
here.
Scrappy Warlock. Scrappy's underrated, just gonna say it.
CC's leading the charge here. He's got that Yules. Where's that Timber Saw?
Oh, the catch. That's a good one. The follow-up is there, and this dude is dueled. Can they get the kill? Terrorize out.
Oh, the save.
A good amount of damage. Is it going to be enough, though? They have the follow-up stun there as well onto him, and that's going to be a kill with MSS stealing the Chakram away. Big plays from Newbee.
Oh, man. Huge. I think that was Pi, right? Got him with the, well, I'm not sure what he got him with.
Maybe the Hurl Boulder or something like that.
Yeah, I saw one boulder, but this guy still has his, so I don't even know. But, yeah, I thought Terrorize was certainly going to be enough damage. Try and save him.
Alchemist also got one stun out there.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it was.
Level 15, you are the slow and steady grind of this Alk farming away. Did decide to take the 50 damage talent instead of the 400 health. A little surprising this game.
Getting some cash. Maybe he's building heart.
Yeah.
A lot of our Alk's been going for it with all the regen bonuses it offers.
Well, 22 minutes, 11 to 9, 1,000 gold lead. And now it looks like it's going to be Newbee that want to put the pressure onto the tower next. Their Alk is getting close to hitting that timing. BKB, AC almost completed. Looks like Boxy is actually going to lose a couple creeps there.
Gotta say, I still love me some Leshrac. I think this hero's very good. It fits so well with this sort of style of trying to like hold your towers, also trying to create more space by taking towers. They haven't even taken that many this game, obviously. They've only taken the bottom one, but if they had had a little bit of a better start, then you're able to put that pressure in. But even when you're on the back foot, at least the hero can still play, you know?
How do you feel about him with the Bloodstone?
I mean, I'm just going to hate on everybody. I mean,
Okay,
I get it. It's just, it's not a feel-good item to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I get it.
That's fair enough. War clears out the next round.
Oh, there we go. Boxy with the Lotus. Oh, there we go. Speaking of there, yeah,
CC
go.
Killed.
Got themselves that Blink Dagger on the Tiny. It's just a see ya, because that guy's still going to be very squishy.
Ooh, they need to be careful now, though. MSS 4 points up in this hoof stomp. Mickey going to get the pull back there. The Arcane Supremacy, long duration. Oh, and he had hoof stomp stolen.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh. But since the Rubik's dead now, he no longer has it. Interesting.
Yeah, there's some weird interactions there.
There was one for a while where it would just break the game, if I remember right.
Yeah, you actually, depending on what the Rubik had stolen, you would lose attribute shift.
Yeah.
So I better hope that's not still in.
That's a good point. Very, very good point. All right, snaking back here on the top side. Ready to go in. If the battle starts up, the TP's moving into the shrine.
Nice.
Evil Scepter lift up, got their man caught. The double duel, can they turn it back around? It's a good amount of damage with the Terrorize again from Taiga, playing so well this game. And look at the combo that came out from the Morph, and they're just out.
Taiga is, I know they lost game one, but Taiga might have been the best player. I guess both the hard carries were so good, but Taiga just, he had to do everything in that first game to try and save that Morphling, and he never missed a snowball on a call.
No.
Like, if snowball was available, he wasn't being caught out, no one was scouting him, he'd be hiding with the Blink Dagger, and now he's just got the perfect hero against these duels. Understands his role every single time, just keeps terrorizing them.
You don't think about it as a defensive hero. At some point, they're going to need BKBs on Newbee, it feels like, to deal with this Dark Willow. It's been one of the big game changers so far.
I mean, someone's been calling this hero busted from us, but I don't know who it was. It's probably me, I guess. I think it's really good versus, like, it has a lot of heroes that just counters too, with like Chrono and stuff. But anyway,
Try to get the switch through. CCNC in some trouble. And there is a nice combination out on to the Lesh. They're gonna lose another. MSS is going down. Man, it was looking good for a little bit, but Newbee are in over their heads right now, as Morphling says. And you are chased as well by Boxy. They won't manage to get that stun out onto anybody.
great choice here from Boxy though to go for that that Lotus Orb. Makes it so there's no follow-up. Like way back when that first initiation came from CCNC, absolutely necessary there to get that Lotus and completely save himself, because then that forced the double stuns coming out from Newbee, and everything's out of time. And oh, okay.
Back away. Press the attack, keeping him alive. There is still a pretty nice high ground defense coming from Newbee in this one. As we will see the stun come out. Still that 9-second BKB like you were talking about on UR, and it does feel like it's again all about him this game.
Yeah, already had a rough game to start with, but then he still felt pressured in going to the BKB before he could get things like the Manta or that Blink Dagger, so he doesn't have, I guess we don't really see the Manta that much anymore, but he only hit that's his like dispel option here, right?
Right. So how do you
Wait,
how do you
really
kill
have
the
no
morph?
Spear Vessel on either team?
Yeah,
Still?
no Spear Vessel.
That's interesting. I mean, I agree that Taiga probably, like, the Yules feels really good on Dark Willow, but I think Spear Vessel just seems busted this match.
Yeah.
I guess Alchema BKB anyway, so good thing. Alright, so now Mickey's got the Aghanims, and now I feel like Alliance have got this one. I said it last time. I thought they had last game. But I think when that Aghanims comes out...
If they win, if Newbee win, you know who to tweet at.
Yeah, I will take the blame. But I feel really good about their chances this one. I'm not trying to call it over here.
Right,
I feel like, to me, they have a really good chance of winning this game once they have that Aghanims out on the Morphling, because Newbee, they have to find these initiations with CCNC, and he's still kind of squishy.
Right. Speaking of squishy, you get this Chen taken out. So if that is the case, that this Alchemist, or not Alchemist, this Aghanim Scepter with the Morph playing together with Dark Willow is just so hard to deal with, what is it that Newbee need to do to control Mickey? Like, what's the order of operations in these fights?
It's simple. We killed the Willow.
Okay, got it.
And then you can't become the Willow if she's dead. It's genius. But no, he still has some other very good options there, too.
Mickey turns over to the side. Damage amp up. Yeah, that's a problem, ladies and gents. They eat him up for breakfast. And moving up onto the high ground, Alliance, after a very frustrating game number 1, are feeling it right now as they go high ground.
Give him the Shadow Realm again. Pew, 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 pew. It's really good once you have the... Oh, wait, he actually took the... I thought he was going to take the CDR. I like the CDR with the Shadow Realm because it just makes it even shorter of a CDR, like a downtime.
Well, and they are going to take down the Tier 3 tower, Alliance. Going to continue to build up these stacks underneath the Tier 4 towers. You can see Newbee, they have no intention of trying to take this fight at this point. They're going to cut the wave with UR here, try and pressure down that Tier 1 tower. But Alliance, are they going to back? Are they going to try and play it safe? Looks like they're not going to stick around as Tier 2 towers still stand on both of the side lanes. You know, I honestly wonder at that point, like, if it's even just worth it to make the call, like, let's go Tier 4s or something. Because it doesn't feel like Newbee have any way of dealing with this hero.
Found here. Boxy doesn't get any sort of stun, though. No Yules or anything. Yeah, well, is it worth pressure Tier 4s? I don't think so. There's still Tier 2s on both sides. So it's not even like if you get 2 kills, you can then, like, rotate to a Tier 3 and start taking the second racks or something, right? Now, mind you, that top tower has 30 HP. So it shouldn't last too long.
But that's the thing, like, you could just run over and hit it one time with all of that map control.
But just one.
I know.
They'll get there. It's fine. It's not like killing that tower does anything, right?
It allows them to take the Tier 3 top. Like, Timber could have just tanked the tower. I
Well,
guess
then there's still creeps, right?
I get what you're saying.
Like, I don't think they would have been able to keep the mid lane at the same time, because
Yeah.
you're not that far ahead.
Avalanche, toss, jump through, kill off the Lesh. They are playing it safe, and Alliance taking advantage of the lead that they've built up as they find another kill.
Down bottom now, Snaking. Taiga wants to set something up here. He's got the Blink, he's got the Yules, he's pinging. He's like, yo, guys, this guy is free. Snaking is solar cresting that range creep. Look at him go.
but they're making it happen.
The king.
Keep the pressure on, but Taiga, ooh, terrorize, waiting on it. They have pressed the attack afterwards if you can get it off in time, but the fear is there. Well played.
Okay, this guy is
That
big
was
brain.
really
so
well done.
he terrorizes the tree line because if the Legion commander doesn't reappear, that means she's TPing and the terrorize is going to hit in time and cancel that.
Right.
If she does reappear, you just cancel the terrorize and then you get to keep holding it and chase her outside. And then if she tries to do anything else again, you just you terrorize. You can just use terrorize. That's really smart.
Yar throws out the stun. Yule Scepter lift up. Doesn't have the dispel except for BKB now, and Yar is going to take that opportunity to just get himself out.
Yeah, interestingly, Quake's gone for the more old school tiny build. I noticed earlier that he'd built the Chrysalis before the Aghanims, which is unusual these days. Usually you get the Ags first after the Echo Saber, and then you go back for the Chrysalis and the Daedalus. This was how people started doing it because they were like, okay, you need crit for the Aghanims to be good, so I'm going to do that. But then everyone's like, wait, you farm really fast the eggs. So they would farm the eggs first, and then you can get into like the crit, and then like your next item after because the Aghanim Scepter. Plus the Aghanims it does still do a lot of damage even without crit. Plus it has that sick control of the Echo Saber.
CCNC Yule Scepter lift up, but he is going to be brought down most likely. Okay,
Head
Hand of
Bloodstone.
God. Turn around,
Bloodstone
turn around.
and Hand of God.
Boxy, they're going in. They want to take this fight. The duel is there. Where's the terrorize? They don't have it this time.
It's the double duel.
But Insania is also there. They find the kill onto CCNC. Now MSS also in some trouble. They're just running them down. Newbee are not prepared for the amount of damage that's being dealt out. You are trying to make anything happen for his team, but it is not going to be there. Godlike from Mickey.
Yeah.
And this is looking like it is a nigh impossibility taking this fight.
Just a handful of deaths between the two games at this point for Mickey. And yeah, this game really, like they didn't have to push the high ground thing because they know that Newbie still has to leave the base.
Right.
And they're just shredding them every time they leave. Now they'll grab themselves the shrine. There's still 2.5 until the next Roche, so they can probably just farm things out a little bit and get their next items. I wouldn't mind them just kind of poking a bit, maybe trying to force a buyback here.
Yeah, definitely force the buyback. I guess they already got the buyback out of CCNC.
True. But why not more?
I agree.
Why
I
not more?
am 100% with you there, Trent.
No, that's fine. Just control the mid and the top lane. Let Boxy do his thing with the boots of travel, and wait it out until you see a mistake from Newbie or Roche.
Yeah. It is one of those moments where you don't want to overcommit and then get caught out by a buyback and then suddenly you lose a fight. But it feels like right now Alliance are just very much in control of the game as far as BKB on the Morphling now. It needs like absolute perfection to work, and Newbie are going to try and find somebody as they farm up. And this is a pretty good time. Alliance are fairly split.
They had a ward too that saw Mickey here, but he has the Lincoln Sphere, so this pop is difficult. There you
Get
go.
the lift. There's the pop. There's the duel trying to get it. Terrorize out, and they're away immediately. Oh man, they got him before the freaking wave or the switch over as well. Now in some more trouble. Rubik gonna get ran down here, and Newbie just need to get the heck out. The tip again coming. Taiga making the play on this terrorize, and Mickey, beyond godlike, has not died this game. Only died 3 times last game. And Boxy ready to make a celebration run into the fountain, it looks like. He eventually backs out, but Alliance taking down buildings. This man, he's done it.
Yeah, they're feeling a little more aggressive this game, right on the high ground. I don't think they plan on leaving. They can head back for the Aegis if they would like. They can also just start poking towards that bottom lane. They can blink in and try and go for kills. I guess the Hand of God is there, so it's a little bit scary.
And again, that was like the perfect initiation from Newbie. The exception that they didn't get the BKB off from the Alk, and Lesh hadn't had his BKB completed at that point.
They got him on the ward.
Looking for that opening. Stampede, chase, you are. Gotta run, gotta hide. BKB, it's not used as of yet. The Hand of God is there, but you are already down to about half HP. Can they get away? Looks like they will. The mass tips. Alliance feeling better after a frustrating, I'm sure, game number 1.
Yeah, part of that just got saved by MSS there. Had to blink out and give him the telekinesis on the Morphling. Oh, CCNC.
I mean, he knows what he's doing right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
Just keep the lanes pushed by any means necessary.
Boxy's got to just be like, I'm buying the Yules. I'm tired of this. Everyone just split pushing around me. All right, he's buying an Atos. I knew it would be something.
Right.
Shifted his quick buy. He's like, I don't need Shivas. I'm not dying.
It's true. Still one more lane left for Alliance to clean up here. And it looks like they're waiting for that Roche. Relatively middle of the road spawn time. They are close to getting CCNC's BKB. And the way that these fights have gone, so much has been done by the Dark Willow that you kind of have to wonder, like, with the Pulse Nova damage now, all that stuff, if he gets the BKB, is that going to be enough to turn it for Newbee?
For all that's good in Dota, I hope not.
Okay.
Because if they somehow clawed this game back too, I'm seriously concerned about some heroes and some teams. But Alchemist will be rocking the Abyssal this game. I didn't even know he had the cleave.
Oh, yeah.
He's Battle Furying it up.
Interesting, not taking the concoction damage.
I mean, it is a lot worse than it used to be. It used to be so good when it added to the minimum. That was super bad. Look at that cleave. Yeah, push those waves. Game is saved.
I think we did see somebody else do this the other day, too. I don't quite remember,
I
though.
don't think I got to cast it.
No, we definitely didn't.
No, okay.
We only had, I think this is like our second out game so far or something.
Yeah, I can't even recall one.
Now the AC on the Alk is super value, particularly because you've got this dataless Tiny with the Aghanims that's very hard to deal with. So all the armor that you're getting on Newbee,
I want to
much needed.
see Morphling turn into this Tiny because I've never seen it doubled. And that sounds amazing.
Do you
The
run
only
out of
problem
trees?
is, yeah, I was going to say, you have to be far enough away from each other that there are enough trees.
God, everything for the Alk. Actually, no, Chen picked that one.
All right, they were
Probably
10
die.
seconds away from Roche, and they might find a fight here. All right, no, maybe we aren't going to try and turn it.
CCNC saving the BKB.
Oh, he's just going out there.
They're really going in. Mickey, he's in the Dark Willow mode. Almost has 25. Yawar
Dude, if
queuing it up,
Alliance
jump
somehow lose
forward.
this.
Stun, chase, have the BKB still if they want to use it. Yawar still waiting to pop it, hasn't done it as of yet. On the other side, they've got the lift up, but he's already into the strength form. Pump faking that Terrorize, not using it as of yet.
Alliance
Newbee
definitely going to win this fight.
be already in a decent position. They didn't pop BKBs, so still have it, particularly on CCNC. It's very important.
Boxy just building up his stacks.
Took the reactive armor stacks instead of the spell amp.
Yeah.
What did he steal?
Timber Chain.
Okay. Yeah, and Roche is back up now.
That
Alliance
was
going in.
truly like the one chance. Maybe if you win that fight as Newbee, then you get the Aegis and the cheese. But they would have bought back on the Alliance. They need to win that fight, and that's so unlikely without your BKBs at that point. That's why this game is just so difficult for Newbee to ever try and come back into. And Alliance, again, they're a classic super safe team, but this is one of those games where your lead is just so ridiculous that hopefully that doesn't punish you.
Right. CCNC out front and center. They ping that Roche is going on, but they can't really come and contest it. So Aegis there for Mickey. The game very hard to take at this point. They're going to hold on to their high ground for a moment. This is within vision of Yawar at least. Pylai is nearby though, and they might not know that he's there. High takes out the wards. The stun being queued up right now by Mickey. They throw it over to the side. Yule Scepter keeping alive that Lesh for the moment, but controlled. They got him under fire. They got him caught. They got him killed. That's the Aegis down. Boxy tries to run away, but they can't leave their Morphling here to get taken out again, so they are going to posture forward. Good blink back. Newbee. Again, another fight. Very hard to take this one. Pylai is in some trouble and taking the tree toss damage. Pops the mech, tries to live, but will not be able to.
Yeah, Mickey held his BKB on that first death too, so they're just playing it kind of safe. Loses the Aegis, sure, but probably could have like BKB to maybe press a little bit forward, but then worried about a potential respawn and being chain stunned, I'm sure. They have the vision. They might be saying like, guys, we got to find something, but Boxy sniffs it out.
Snake King trying to run away. Gets the blink away, but the Yule Scepter, they caught him. MSS, Timber Chain, live in.
Okay.
Yawar throws out the stun. Finds onto Mickey yet again, trying to live. His own BKB is available as well. Now the turnaround. Taiga They have the Yule Scepter actually to dodge the Terrorize. Very well played. CCNC had already used his BKB though, and now is dead. No buyback, and that could finally be the turn that they need. Press the attack. Snake King trying to run. Highlight Die, Hand of God, heals him back up, but the chase forward coming from Boxy, and now they got their sights set on Uwar. No more BKB. Can they kill this guy down? I think the answer is yes. He does have the buyback, and also CCNC buyback. So Newbee, hold on. They stampede in aggressively. Boxy is in the middle of all of them. CCNC again just getting chunked down. Yule Scepter, he has BKB when he comes back around, but didn't get it off.
Ding, ding, ding. Call it.
And
let her go.
It looks like this is going to be at the very least Mega Creeps, but much more likely the end of the game. The chase forward, the follow-up, Mickey runs into the midst of all of them, building up retaliate stacks, getting ready to pop it, and check out this dude's damage in a second as they blow them all up. Alliance finding retribution in this game at number 2 and putting the series tied at 1 apiece.
Mickey's happy with the pings. This was a really clever draft from the get-go. Setting things up there with the Centaur War Runner and the Dark Will.